40, yes.
Okay. Queen Latifah, Princess Posh, did you undergo a procedure to get BBL?
Yes, I did. I mean,
Okay, Princess Posh,
Your mic.
did you also undergo a procedure to get?
Of course. Yeah.
How much did your procedure cost?
10 to 12 million naira for everything plus aftercare.
You know, Queen Latifah,
7,400 euros. Yes, in euros, because I got it done in Istanbul, Turkey.
Back in the days, I used to insult BBL girls. I used to feel like, why would you even go touch your body? I think they will soon die. I used to hate on them. I won't lie. I never knew I would be in this position too. I never knew. I want to talk about my experience and then I want you to advise me. Anything for
All right.
BBL.
So, are you how many years
Mine
have
is
you
already
post-op?
7 years
Okay,
post-op.
sorry.
Natural
I don't think I
fat.
look very good. Mine is 7 years post-op.
But you
I
had
don't-
it. You had it when you were very young.
Yes.
Yes. How you are now is not how you're going to be when you're 40.
She was undergoing her second round. When that happened, when she died, and men started setting their cameras all of a sudden. Every guy turned to a podcaster, turned
was
to a life
terrible.
advocate. Oh, women, love your body, have self-love, love
would know
yourself.
the last thing about
when did that
cosmetic
start?
surgery.
What do you know about self-love? Let's
Self-love.
start there. Are these not the same men who shame and body shame women in every area, every aspect, at every point, every opportunity, on, offline? You see a woman with a natural body, you see the one with a BBL, you choose this one, you say, oh no, this is the one I
This is
like.
the one I
This
like.
one I like fat. I
Wow.
got my body done at 19. Yes. That's why
You
I said
did
I got it
BBL
done.
at 19.
Yes, I got my
Mogbe.
body. Yes.
How do you,
at the time,
at your age, date a guy that has 7,000 euro to give you?
7,400.
Thank you, Adit.
I mean-
where did you see the guy from? People your age?
He came to me. I just got into school at that time, Cyprus. So during my registration, funny enough, the first day I was trying to register, he moved to me.
He was a student like
approached
you?
me. Yeah, that was his final year actually. He was he was graduating. So he saw me, approached me. And the thing is, I felt like, you know what, let me just date someone who is even mature minded, because young guys, they're
They don't have
not
7,000
serious.
euro.
No, but wait,
And
guys,
they're never serious.
Wait, you
I
say
rather be
mature.
safe.
Wait, you say mature. You just got into school.
Yes.
He approached you. You
Yes.
said you want to date somebody who is mature-minded, because young guys. How old was this mature-minded person, or what was the age difference between you and this mature-minded person?
He was 36 at that time. I was 17.
Hey!
Welcome to the Honest Bunch podcast. Thank you so much for your support. If no be say I be bad person, I for cry. Because God, see what you do to us. See the viewers that you have given to us. Now, because of una, we dey curate great content, and we don't play say we go dey give una content when they relatable and impactful. That is why we are Africa's leading voices, ladies and gentlemen. Aside from the wonderful content when we dey carry come on top of the Honest Bunch podcast, you know, sir, they give you information when go help you. Money makes the world go round, but if you no send the money well, it go cause serious problems for you. I raise you. Tap send. Tap the money app where we say if you want send money, it is smooth, it is swift, it is fast, and no issues at all. We get the Honest Bunch code, Honest Bunch 20, Honest Bunch 20. If you send based on $50 transaction for the first time, you'll get percentage when they go give you. You want send money, you go get percentage when they go give you back if you use our code. So you dey send money and you still dey get money. Now only tap they run am. Whether you dey USA, Canada, Germany, France, UAE, anywhere where you dey. If you want send money and you know what come they swear say I have sent it, I am a man of integrity. They speak plenty grammar. Just go the tap way and you have no issues at all. Ladies and gentlemen, your gadgets, your appliances, if you want buy them, now CD Care na go run them, and stress no go there at all. CD Care get package where we say you go dey pay sumo. As you dey pay sumo, at the midpoint of your installment, they go carry the package come give you in perfect condition. Make a bust your brain. The way where you go market after you spend transport, after some people they call you, I have it, my color. then go give you that same price. So why stress yourself? Just download the app and life will be very, very easy for you. CD Care, with CD Care, God will continue to bless you. If you don't want stress, go the CD Care way. Now why care? They inside the business, because as you see the care that they care for you, you will know that they care. That's why we love CD Care. I say make I rhyme. Finally, Resida. I like to say that everyone deserves to own a piece of the earth. You see as the earth day. Instead of make you just chook your money for ground, go the Resida way, land banking. Then get experts where we say, once you pay that your deposit payment of 150K, they go begin the process. Those experts, then go, they cultivate the land for you. You go to they call cash crops. Maybe you know score A for agriculture, but you know no, but you know concern you. So long as you don't make your deposit, Resida go run for you. Then go, they use the land, they cultivate them. Money go, they enter your pocket. So you get land, you get money, you don't get any issues at all. And Resida, since they don't start business, nobody don't come and complain, say, Resida do them anyhow. Because now integrity, now be their watchword. So what are you waiting for? Go the Resida way, invest and make more money. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a full house. If you don't see the way when I take position, you go see, say, I just did one corner for the house because we get special visitors. And today they will be doing justice to a very interesting subject that I am very sure every Nigerian is interested in. I'm going to do an introduction, and as a gentleman, we'll begin with the ladies. I'll begin with a woman that knows her worth. This woman goes school, read book, reach the point where we say if she open book now, they go warn her, say don't open it again because you too sabi. And she be person when we say, when it come to say, as God don't bless us, create us wonderfully and fearfully made, she go bring out the glow. God, they use her, the hand of God, to bring out the glow. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the CEO, yes, CEO of CGE Healthcare, Dr. Dima. And Dr. Dima is a cosmetic surgeon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hi, this is your smile, eh? Oh, Dr. Dima. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting by Dr. Dima's left is a queen and more. Tall, chocolate skinned, hazel eyes. If she be police, all she needs to do is freeze and people go police station. Her voice is so soothing. Her presence is very captivating. Ladies and gentlemen, serial entrepreneur, influencer, brand strategist, reality TV star, the one and the only Queen Latifah. You're welcome, Queen Latifah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
We're so happy to have you here.
It feels amazing.
By Queen Latifah's left, ladies and gentlemen, is a special Nigerian woman. This woman is a woman of many parts. She is a master of profits, jack of all trade. If na video vixen, you go see her there. If na producing movies, you go see her there. If na to act, AMVCA, better keep her award because she's coming and she will take it from you. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Princess Posh. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. And let me now clear my throat. This man is a gentleman. If you are very active on social media, I am very certain that you would have seen his videos. When it comes to health advocacy, they take and play, they carry the matter for head. And people, they learn from his page. In fact, Ministry of Education, make una just give them better, because what's in the guy they do for the health sector, that's something when they're very, very important. He is somebody who is very, very distinguished in the medical profession, and he has done really very, very well with informing and educating people. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dr. Olawale Ogunlana, medical doctor and public health advocate. You're welcome, sir. God bless you. Make I just quickly introduce our people now. Zini Posh, you don't need to talk too much now. Woman leader. Woman like Aba Women's Riot. Hey. The woman that wanted everybody to march for good. Veteran broadcaster, Daddy Freeze, revolutionized radio. Came with something different. That Ibadan boy that took us international. And yours truly, Ezugu Chukudi, husband material.
Not coming.
Oh, incoming. Sorry. Let's just go straight into it. We have plenty visitors. So, now we are discussing a very interesting subject, and I am very sure that people would learn from this episode. So please, I want to beg you. These people who carry come, they waka anyhow. Today, when they don't come, make sure you watch this episode until the end, because you are definitely going to learn. We're discussing cosmetic surgery, and one that has become very, very popular, a procedure, BBL, Brazilian butt lift. So let me start first by asking, Queen Latifah, Princess Posh, did you undergo a procedure to get BBL?
Yes, I did. I mean, Just for a second.
Wait,
Can we do a 360? Can we?
Clock it.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay, Princess Posh,
Your mic.
did you also undergo a procedure to
Of
get?
course. Do I have to do a 360 too?
Yeah, I mean,
If you want.
Okay, so as you can see, yes.
okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for showcasing this to the world.
All right.
So you have alluded to the fact that you got this procedure and we have seen it.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask, Queen Latifah, how much did the procedure cost?
As at that time, everything I spent was about 7,400 euros. Yes, in euros, because I got it done in Istanbul, Turkey. So, yeah, but the procedure, it was a liposuction procedure and a fat transfer, a liposuction of my back and my abdomen, then transfer to my bum, my hip deep specifically, because that's where I got filled. Yes, and then the stay there, the aftercare, including the materials, the post-care, everything. I just paid it was 7,000 euros. However, a little bit of complication happened, which warranted me to pay the extra 400 euros. Yes, it was I needed blood, extra blood. Yes, I lost some blood, so they needed to transfuse like 2 pints of blood. So that costs me an extra 400
All right.
euros. Yeah.
Interesting. Princess Posh,
Yeah.
how much did your procedure cost?
Well, I had like 2 procedures. Yeah. I had one like 4 years ago. I think I spent about 10 to 12 million naira for everything plus aftercare. Yeah, because I did a 360. My arm, my hips, my butt, my tummy, and the rest. Yeah.
For the first procedure
Yeah.
or for both?
First,
It was 10, 12 million.
10 to 12 for like the procedure and the aftercare.
The second,
Then the second one was, let's say, 8 million.
Why was the
close
second
to-
one significantly cheaper?
Because I didn't do a butt, like I didn't add to my butt. I only did my tummy and my boobs. Yeah, so I didn't touch my body like that. The second procedure.
okay, so let me ask, what influenced your decision to get a BBL done?
Well, in the university I had a child, so I gave birth through CS, so I needed that body back afterwards. So that was why I did the surgery.
Queen Latifah, what about
So
you?
mine was when I was younger, I had an accident, a minor accident, child's play, rough play. So I fell on a glass table, which cut me on the left side of my bum. So they did a stitching and that. However, growing up, I realized that this side was growing normally, but this side was not growing the same. So it was uneven. So I wanted to balance that. So it was why when I was of the right age, though I got it really young, but yes, when I was an adult, that was the first thing to do. I had to do.
Did it bother
them.
you that much? Did you feel that because of this imbalance, it affected you? Because one of the complaints that we have why people do these surgeries is, I look at myself, I'm asymmetrical. Was it that much of a bother?
Yes, I would say it was that much of a bother for me to want to undergo a procedure to correct something I'm not happy with. Personally, I believe if you're not happy with something, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you can correct it. So looking at myself in the mirror, Queen Latifah, hot girl, spicy girl, want to rock the bikinis and look all sassy, but then one side is asymmetrical, one side is it's not giving. It's not. I'm not happy or pleased.
It's not
with
giving.
what
I like that.
Yes, it wasn't giving. So I felt like, you know what, Latifah, you have the money, you have the capacity. What's stopping you? Go get your shit done. So I got what needed to be done, and there I am today, banging.
Dr. Tim, I have a question for you.
Shoot, please.
I mean, the other guests have explained the reason for their surgeries, and it sounds like some sort of insecurity. many people would argue that it's insecurity because people would also preach that, I mean, it's your body. Why not live in your body? Body positivity and all that. I want to ask you, do you think that some people that come to you as a cosmetic surgeon need more of a therapy than a surgery?
Well, when you say some, I will agree, but definitely not all.
Okay, let me rephrase. Do you think that a larger number of people that come to you, I mean, you've been doing this for a while, do you think that a larger number of people that come to you need therapy more than surgery?
No, because when you say some, then I could just maybe quantify. But there are some people, there's nothing wrong with their self-esteem, nothing wrong with their confidence. They are fine. These people have given birth, pushed 4 whole children, and are just trying to get rid of that excess skin. They will tell you that nothing concern me. I just really want to look good. It's not like there's something that is the issue up. And then for others, it's not a self-esteem issue because they are gym people. They work out, but they know that this kind goeth not out by fasting and gymming. Period. I don't know if you understand. So it's not self-esteem again. I've worked on this thing. I diet. I go to the gym. But this particular pouch I have, it's not about the gym. So let me get it sorted so that I can feel good in my clothes. So most people just come because there's a need and there's a solution. But then, like you said, some, no matter how you explain to them, and we see these issues even after surgery, because you're telling them the things you're complaining about, I can't see, you look good, and yet they won't touch it again. So yes, there are people that, there's that sect of people. Most people just, these procedures are available and they won't look good. There's nothing wrong with their esteem.
You know, there's something you said just now about people who have had 4 kids and at the end of the day, maybe they have flappy tummy and stuff.
Yes.
Gym would not remove the flappy tummy.
No.
But I would ask for the case of people that come for liposuction. For flappy tummy, I would say is, what's it called? Tummy tuck.
Yes.
That's different from liposuction. So would you not now say that people that come for that lipo, people would argue that they're not disciplined. So they want to get it the quicker route. Why not go to the gym and get your muscles in check? And then there's an excuse for flappy tummy, which you can go. Because people who have had kids and have like big belly, they can also get rid of the big belly at the gym. But there are people who they have big belly, they don't have excess skin, but they just want to do lipo. Or maybe let me ask you, what do you have to tell those kind of people?
Okay, so I think first off, I strongly believe that when it comes to the issues of getting your body done, something fuels it, right? What I've seen in most cases, especially now, like what we see, the wave that we currently see today, is because people are beginning to judge themselves based on perfect images that really don't exist. We live in an imperfect world and we are imperfect, right? But now, because social media has been curated in such a way where digital algorithms have been curated, people see perfect versions of what they see themselves as. So people are becoming more uncomfortable with how they look. And yes, there are, while the conversation was going on, we were looking at something around looking in the mirror and not really liking it, right? So it's getting on the rise right now. And the reason for that is because of what people are seeing. And most times people are sharing, they are seeing things online. You're scrolling on Instagram, you're seeing something. And right now, if you're anyone who is in the mental health space, will be conversant with the word called body dysmorphia, where, it's kind of like, it's classified as a mental health condition where people are no longer satisfied with how they view themselves or what they look like. And we see that this is actually on the rise. And social media is actually it's actually raising this by miles, because people will look at someone, oh, I like this person and I like this person's shape, right? And instead of doing the necessary things like taking care of themselves, eating well, exercising, they want they just want a shortcut out of it, right? So what I would say, and then we have also become a society that has become quite obsessed with what is outside. and not what is within. We are now looking, we are more of the surface and not the depth anymore. And what I mean by that is everyone just wants to be about the shape. And that's the society we are currently in. Like we're seeing this trend and not what is really within. I love Ladipo, Oshodi. You see those boys at Ladipo, they can beat anything, any car. You can carry a car, that is a 96, for instance, a 1960 Volkswagen Beetle. They can turn it into a 2016 Volkswagen Beetle. Those boys are really good, right? They can do a lot of wonders when it comes to how the car looks. But here's the thing, right? If you don't work on the engine, if you don't change the engine, if you don't change the underparts of that car, the car will still look, it will still drive, it will still act, it will still perform like a 1960s Beetle, right? So that is what I see this when it comes to people are beginning to miss out on the most important things about life, and which is what lies within.
Doc.
When you can change your shape, you can change your silhouette, but the fact of the matter,
I think Dr. Dima.
yeah,
I wanted to
She wants to
tailor him to her. There's something I wanted to say is the evolution of beauty standards is one thing that has come into play here.
Absolutely.
Because in the 1970s, you had like what you ladies showed us. You'll be considered
I was
fat.
about to talk about this.
You'll be considered fat.
yes.
Now, let's look at the 70s. The most beautiful women in the world, Marilyn Monroe, who remembers
Naomi
Whitney
Campbell.
Houston. These were women that were
They were
paragons of beauty.
Jane.
Even Naomi Campbell.
You understand?
as well.
Naomi Campbell, they were like sticks.
Yeah.
So if they came here, they'll say, this one get flat ash. It's all the evolution of beauty on one side. On the second side, we are men. We can never understand women. And that's why I'm coming
Thank
to...
Yeah,
you
she
very
wanted
much.
to-
Yes.
That's why I'm coming to
Answer.
this. A man walks in, you hear him talk. A woman walks in, you see
Her
her.
walk in.
So a woman doesn't have a second. You don't want to hear. Once you don't walk in, she not look as you want. You are not going to listen to her talk. So sometimes we men, because for me, I swear to God, I don't see why a woman needs a BBL. But when you enter their world and operate from their thought processes, which is why I'm bringing this to Dr. Dima, do you think that women need to be able to work on how they look? Because these same men that are saying they don't want BBL are the same ones that will judge them.
Let's not even go there. But just to draw from something you said, it's not only about social media. From time immemorial, there have been beauty standards. Have you read about Queen Cleopatra? There have been the women in the British courts then. Nobody can tie the level of corsets those women tie. They use machine to. There are beauty standards. There are requirements. But now, this boom we keep talking about, for me, the cosmetic surgery industry or plastic surgery industry in Nigeria boomed 2017. Not even now. People are just more happy to share now. People don't care anymore. They're like, it's no more a hush matter. Because that's why people started selling waist trainer then. They would do surgery and sell waist trainer.
Yeah.
Do you get? But now people they just want to share. They don't want that hidden. They are open about it. There's no. That's why it looks like it's been booming. We know that the boom actually was 2017. We in the industry.
Absolutely.
Now,
That's true.
coming to you, you asked if women need to. I want to see if I still remember or got your question.
Yeah, women need to feel.
Okay.
You see, a woman, those days, women were judged on intelligence, but there was always the blonde jokes. I don't know if you heard of blonde jokes before, just making blonde women look silly. You understand? They
And
were,
in the end,
she's
they
beautiful.
were very smart.
Yes,
They were
because Marilyn
very
Monroe
smart.
apparently had an
Very.
IQ higher than Einstein.
Very smart.
But you see, Marilyn Monroe would not have been judged by her IQ. She would have been judged. Nobody knows. Marilyn Monroe's roles were beauty roles.
Yeah.
So how important is beauty to a woman?
I don't know how else to explain. It's like asking how important is oxygen to us.
Human.
You have to look good. I think we are created to be that aesthetically pleasing, to look good.
that is what I believe, because I always say that God is the first plastic surgeon. I say it. We are created to look good. It's important to look good as a woman. It's not like you're pushing it on anyone. Well, you may use it to assess some rooms, assess some favors, but it is good that you look good, you feel good, and that you carry yourself well.
Okay, so what will we talk about men who leave their spouse because of childbirth? Like, why? What would we say to those men? Because there are some men, after childbirth, they start giving their spouse attitude because of the body changes, and they go out to sleep around with other women just because their spouse body is no longer looking good to them. So what are we going to say to those men?
Okay, but
You
do
see,
you
talking
think,
about
do
men,
think
before you
that's-
go into men, there's something I want to talk about. It's called sexual dimorphism. In every animal, the male is the beautiful one. The lion against the lioness. The peacock against the peahen. Only in humans do we have the female trying to look extra beautiful than the male, when in almost every animal, the male is the one that is naturally more beautiful because he has to look good to be able to attract a female. Don't you think this is a societal construct?
But now, if you put it that way, it is still the men that are meant to move towards women.
Yeah.
It is not us.
that are chasing?
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So whether if you look good, you really look good for you. But there's no time when I will come and say, oh, Daddy Freeze, you are the one that will move to me. That is why we are higher animals. I don't know if you get that. When you
100%.
compare
Of
to
course.
animals.
100%.
Do you understand? They are trying to look good so that the female will accept to mate.
With them,
Right?
Yes.
But in human behavior, it is the man that will say,
So
oh,
are you saying
Nne,
if
you
the
look
man's
good.
pocket looks good? The
Do
man
you
just
understand?
needs
It's
to-
the man that will say that will approach you
Yeah.
naturally,
Naturally.
the way things should be
Yes.
in human
should
behavior.
be.
It's a man that will always say, "Oh, you are a fine babe, but how far?"
I
But
like
for
you.
animals, the male may just be eating grass and all that, and the man is now the male is trying to attract. But for us, really, it's the
other
man
way
that
round.
moves to us.
Please,
That's
I
how I
want to
would.
ask you people a question. If there wasn't social media, do you think you would have done your bodies?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes.
100%.
Before social media,
Our website is part of
she
social
said-
media.
She mentioned something.
Websites.
She said,
Yeah, social media, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere that shares pictures and videos.
So she said something.
Let's take it back to
earlier.
newspapers. If there are newspapers and anybody says that these procedures are available there, let's see, since we are now doing YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, if there were newspapers, Telegram, and somebody just says, oh, there's somebody in Lagos that can do this, the person will have customers. It's not about social media.
it's not about social
Yeah,
media.
that's
Someone
true.
can even walk around and share flyers to people.
No. I'm not saying if there wasn't social media through which the information of the surgery is available would have. I'm saying if there wasn't social media where
To
people share
display
pictures
yourself,
and
would
display
you-
their bodies, do you think
Yes,
if there was
of course,
never
yes,
social
100%.
media?
We
Because,
have
you know,
women meetings.
she mentioned something earlier. She said when she was talking about back then, I think during the year 2017, that cosmetic surgery was more of a hidden procedure when people get it done. I got mine done in 2018. So I was one of the first
How old
people
were
at
you
that
then?
time.
That is right.
I can't calculate the years, please. Just
I wanted to know how young you entered this industry.
Before they start dragging.
I mean, I don't mind being dragged.
Please,
I mean, but
please.
I think I was what? I was like, yeah. Wait, I'm trying to calculate. In 2018, I was like 19.
Hey,
Yes. Yes, I was 19. Yes. That's why
you
I said
did
I got it
BBL
done.
at 19.
Yes, I got my
Mugbe.
body. Yes, I
Wow.
got my body done at 19. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you not afraid? Because they said, see, I don't know, and we have two doctors in the house. They said BBL used to smell.
That's
We,
a
we,
lie.
eh,
I've been
eh,
waiting. Oh,
That
I've
is-
been, I've been
It is
waiting
only
for it to
during
get to
the
this.
healing
That is-
process.
that is
That is
a
when
lie.
it smells. After that,
So it does smell at
It
the
doesn't-
point.
It
It's just
doesn't.
the
But you know
fumes
something?
from the
I don't
surgery.
even.
And
when-
even
I
then,
don't-
it's a
does it
hygiene
even smell?
problem, not even a procedure
Okay, so
issue.
so it
Smell
is
it doesn't
so
smell. I don't know why
during
people
It
keep saying
doesn't.
BBL itself is a major surgery, and it's not something that you just get on a whim. It's not a plug and play procedure. You have to. It's not something that you do the surgery today and then tomorrow you wear clothes and you go clubbing. There is a lot of things. I was talking about the fact that you have there are lifestyle adjustments that you have to do. You will age as a woman, and every 10 years you have to have a review because you will age. Yes.
A review of what?
A review of what?
Over time, the fact, like when you do a BBL procedure, your skin will change. Your skin wouldn't there be skin?
All
Do you
human
agree?
beings skin
Age.
with
So,
age.
Dr. Dima, you are
So
saying
are you saying
you don't
are
need
saying
review for
that-
BBL?
Yes. So are you
You
saying
do
that?
not.
Are you saying that the person
I
will not
myself
require?
am 5 years post-op.
Yeah, I'm saying
I
10
have not
years.
needed-
I am saying
Even
10
at
years.
50.
You will still need a follow-up revision.
No need anything.
follow-up?
Nobody
Okay.
needs anything.
For
All right.
BBL.
So,
Are you
because
how many
mine
years
is
are you
already
post-op?
7 years
Okay,
post-op.
sorry.
I don't need. I
Natural
look very good. Mine is 7 years post-op.
But you
I
had
don't-
it. You had it when you were very young.
Yes.
Yes. How you are now is not how you're going to be when you're 40.
How are we sure she was
But
very
then
young?
the
Were
thing
you
is-
very, very young?
19. But then the thing is, what? I'm an adult. This is 7 years later, and I still look.
All right. So maybe we'll have this conversation.
Let me
Maybe
what
we'll
made you
have
do
this
BBL at
conversation.
19?
I mean, like I said earlier, it was because I wasn't comfortable with the way my body seemed asymmetrical.
But what gave you
because
that
of the-
mind?
I've always
have
been the
mind.
girl who, if I want something, I
something.
get it. I
Yeah.
go for it.
Most of
I
the
had
women that do BBL, like Posh said, Queen Posh says, is the men in their lives that pressure them.
No.
Or
Yes,
there is the
actually.
subtle pressure.
Mine was
my own. As a matter of
Pressure.
fact, my man at that time, he revolted against it. Do you know the funny thing? Let me be honest with you. I even lied to him that I wanted to use the money for something else.
Wow.
So
How do you,
at the time,
at your age, date a guy that has 7,000 euro to give you?
7,400.
Thank you, Adit.
I
Where did
mean-
you see the guy from? People your age?
he came to me. I just got into school at that time, Cyprus. So during my registration, funny enough, the first day I was trying to register, he moved to me.
He was a student like
approached
you?
Me. Yeah, that was his final year, actually. He was even, yes, he was graduating. So he saw me, approached me. And the thing is, I felt like, you know what, let me just date someone who is even mature-minded, because young guys, they're
They don't
they're
have
not
7,000
serious.
euro.
No, but wait.
Yeah, they're never serious.
Wait, you
I'd
say
rather be
mature.
safe.
Wait, you say mature. You just got into school.
Yes.
He approached you. You
Yes.
said you want to date somebody who is mature-minded, because young guys. When you say mature-minded, how do you mean?
When I say mature-minded, that's someone who knows what he wants. A young guy, dating a young guy, he's still trying to find his feet, get himself together, hustle, do this, do that. But a mature person, a mature-minded person knows that I want to wife you. I want to take you home to my family. I'm not here to play games. It's not vibes.
All right, wait. This mature-minded person was a student in his final year.
Yes.
How old was this mature-minded person? Or what was the age difference between you and this mature-minded person?
He was 36 at that time. I was 17.
Hey!
Wow.
What is the legal age in Cyprus?
The legal age is about 18, I'm sure.
Name and shame the pedo. No. What?
Well, I mean, yes, it's the reality, and does it really change anything? It doesn't.
It
'cause
does.
that was in the
what
He
does it really
groomed you.
change? No, I won't say he groomed me, because I mean we didn't consummate our relationship till I got to 18. He was
And
that
you
patient.
want us to, me and husband material,
No,
to
you
believe
have
this?
you have to believe it, because I even had to persuade him that, I don't understand. What are you? What was? He's
You
an
didn't
Igbo
want to
man.
go to prison.
I was like, I don't understand. What are you keeping me for? I'm an adult.
So this
I'm wise enough.
34-year-old gave you 7,400 euros to get your procedure done.
Well, like I said, he was not aware. I did not tell him.
What did
this
you
was
tell him
what
you
I
needed
was-
7,000 euros
I
for?
wanted to go on a vacation. I wanted to go to Turkey, and Cyprus, Turkey to Cyprus is just like a 40 minutes flight. So yeah, he gave me more than that for the vacation. However, I knew what I was going to get done. So it was when it was done and I came back. So afterwards, I went to Nigeria for holidays, and then when I came back, he was like, Latifa, you look different. What's going on? In fact, I didn't even tell him after weeks. I had to open up one day to him because it's like, no, Latifah, I'm not blind. I can see that there's something different. But then I said, well, yeah, I got my body done. And he was like, Latifah, why? Why would you do that?
But let me ask you, when you took off your clothes, didn't he see the marks? Didn't he see the holes which...
I mean, honestly speaking, I would say I was really sneaky with that. Yes, during my healing process, I didn't used to dress in front of him. Mind you, summer holidays was like 3 months. So I spent like almost the most of that time in Nigeria. So by the time I got back to Cyprus, I'd done most of the healing. So the scars, the marks, there's no scars. It's just a tiny little spots. And which man has the time to start looking deeping into your... No, men don't do that. Most men. Okay, you do. But
Sorry, something flew over.
Circle right back to the medical aspect.
Yes, please. Something flew over our heads.
Yeah.
You know, she mentioned that she had babies. You had a baby. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You had a baby, and then you went for the surgery. So for somebody that had a baby, it would be a flappy tummy. Then you probably do a tummy tuck.
Yeah.
Somebody watching.
Actually,
somebody
did tummy talk.
Okay, lipo. Okay, you did the lipo. But somebody would watching this now would say, "What's the business? You could have just done lipo and gone away. Why did you go to do BBL?" Well, I mean,
okay, the reason
the
why
fat
I
not
did
waste.
BBL, so it won't waste. Thank you, because I just didn't want my fat to waste. And my friends told me like, if I don't add it to my butt, I'll regret it later on. Because doing just your tummy without doing everything would just look like you're not really enjoying that money. You need to enjoy your money. You need to do everything.
That is from the from the consumer perspective.
Yeah.
But before I come back to you, please, I want us to really clarify this. You do not need, for a procedure that went well, for a procedure that you had no issues with, especially for fat grafting, no matter the number of years, all you need to do is keep a stable weight. You do not need to go back for any corrections, maintenance,
Of course.
redos. That is one of the most common misconceptions about our field. If it's not an implant, for implants, you will change it 8 to 10 years. But if it's your own fat that settled in, there were no issues, you do not need to redo anything. All those people saying those things are just either lying or telling you, explaining their body dysmorphia, why they need to keep going back to do surgery. They've opened the Pandora's box and they just want to keep tweaking something. They are just using it to cover by saying you need to. You do not need to. And to come back to you, that you were talking about the fat wasting. That, why didn't you? It is from the consumer perspective. People have lipo, and if they don't want to transfer, very good self-be.
I didn't actually want to transfer to my butt.
But if you have something, I will also tell you that, see this part of your hips, let us make it look more balanced,
rounded.
Let it look okay. I usually, if I see something
it
that
was
you
actually
need
my
to,
doctor
because
that
they
recommended
will come back
it
and cry and say, "Oh, why did you not allow me?" For those ones that are strong-minded, "Oh, don't do anything." I will be like, "Our work is very natural. Oh. It's very subtle. We don't overdo." They will say, "No, just give it 4 weeks." They will come back and be like, "Dr. Dema, I did not. Why did you allow me to waste that fat?" They will. So that regret part is true, because they will now see that, oh, they should have subtly adjusted something.
But let me ask you, have you ever discouraged somebody from doing a surgery?
Yes.
How did that go?
If you're not healthy, if I had seen you that time and I understood the dynamics, and if he was the one forcing you, chances are I won't have been your surgeon, because that kind of thing where the man is saying go and do it, go, and even if you refuse, they will just go to someone else. So when I see there's abuse, there's a mismatch of power, that kind of thing, this person is doing this to desperately keep this relationship, I try to call that person's attention back to themselves. If you don't want to do this thing, whether you do it or not, he will still go. And if the person is unhealthy, yes, we say no without blinking, without thinking.
And that's the reason why, sorry to cut you, and that's the reason why I really want to clear that talk, that misconception about women get their bodies done for
Because
men
it was
to
circling
please
to
men,
that area.
for men, for
Wanted us to come back
or
to the
like
facts.
you've said earlier, of if there was no social media, would people still have done? Of course, because at that time, 2018. That was when people who just started getting their bodies done were doing their thing and they were not loud about it. In fact, at that time, I used to lie about it properly. It was just 2 years ago, I started being open with my procedure. If you go on my TikTok platform, you see there, I teach people about this is how BBL works. This is what I did. This is how it is. This is how it works. Because now there's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing to hide. It's nothing. It's my money. It's my life. It's my body.
Okay.
So
Latifa,
I own me. I own my story.
He wants to
There's
say something. He wants to
just
say
quickly
something.
in Michael Jackson.
Yes.
He was the poster child for plastic surgery,
plastic surgery.
in the 80s. It started with one little surgery. Let me tweak my nose. Before you know it, he got addicted to it. Doctors in the house. Is there the possibility you fixed a little line on your bum on one side? Tomorrow is your nose. Because you successfully did that one, let me try my nose.
Right.
Is there a potential for addiction?
So that is why I said the understanding the why is very important. And when we talk about body dysmorphia, when you are not satisfied or you feel that something is not enough, you would always see something else that you will probably want to correct. So that is why satisfaction is a mindset. Literally, it's a mindset. And when it comes to a procedure, we have to remember, you and I, our medical colleagues, we have to understand that BBL is a surgery and surgeries come with complications. And we have a mandate to always let people understand the risk of things that may happen. For instance, one of the major complications that we know about BBLs, right, is fat necrosis. Right? We know fat necrosis can occur, and then this same BBL that looks so shapy and all can turn to lumps. But many of these women, some of them now, they don't know that these things, I know for you might take time to tell your patients, but I'll tell you that there are more unqualified people. Let's not open that can of worms. But there are more unqualified. Yes, there are more unqualified people that are performing these BBL procedures than those that are, that have that elite skill to perform it just the same, like the way Dr. Dimma does it. So, because of that, and the fact is that the amount of the rise in the demand of BBLs, right, has not been met with the proportionate rise of people like you with the elite skill. So what happens now is that a lot of people, because I know that, I'm a medical doctor and I know that people like BBL. So I'm a doctor, I have a doctor slapped to my name. And then somebody goes and then does maybe a little bit of learning under Dr. Dimma's hand. And before you know it, the person wants to perform BBL. We all know what happened. There are certain trends that happened. We won't want to mention names. But we've seen different complications. We've seen people die from it. We've seen people have, develop fat embolisms and died as a result of it. Why? Because an unqualified professional decided to go deep beyond the subcutaneous muscle and push fat into a vein. And once that happens, right, you are in a situation, and we are in Nigeria. Let's be very honest. We are in Nigeria, in a country where the healthcare systems do not, literally, we don't have like healthcare systems that can ensure that cosmetic procedures like this can thrive in the way it ought to thrive. Because I tell you this, if you're going to be having a procedure like a BBL and you do not have blood, you mentioned blood at the very beginning. If you don't have blood, if you don't have emergency surgeons that can resuscitate at any time, if you don't have an ICU, I can tell you, you will kill that patient on that operation table. There is a very high chance. So some people are actually undergoing these procedures and they don't know that that's probably the last thing that is going to happen to them. So that is why the conversation around cosmetic procedures like this have to also operate with understanding the risk and the safety that also is involved in procedures like this.
Okay, so the thing with Nigerians is that many people have that cheap mindset. They are actually cheap people. They are cheap because we have consultations. Some months we have up to 80 consultations. And then you see maybe about 10 to 15 convert. Now, all those ones, you've spent time educating them. You've said a lot of things. You've put them through the process. You've told them the truth. Because also, we don't like to hear the truth. What's the problem? This is the cost to keep you safe. they will now go to somewhere else that will give them
Discount.
like
Discount
that
on
amount you've
BBL.
given
Yeah.
them,
Yes,
divide
of
it by
course.
4.
Promo.
That's where they will
Promo, they
go.
go.
And I
for
want to
promo
say
prices.
this, and I think I need
That's cheap. This
yes,
thing is
and I think I need to
what
say this on
promoting
camera.
Those illegal, or will I say unregulated places. We have to
Absolutely.
go from just labeling the BBL to looking for how do we achieve regulation.
Yes, I agree.
That's it.
But one thing we have to remember is that we live in an economy that already thrives on a certain budget, right?
Yeah, I heard
Can we
it
all
was
agree on
even
that,
36
Yeah.
right?
That's sh-
So cosmetic procedures like this isn't always a luxury. It was a luxury
entire
for you that you could afford. But I can tell you that for the average Nigerian woman out there, it isn't. And this is us just being realistic and factual about it. It will take you mentioned 12 million. For you, if the estimations on my head was about 15 million
15,
thereabout
yes.
for the how many women will be able to cough out 15 million for a cosmetic procedure right now in Nigeria? And I would say this, the reason, the hype, all of these things that are happening because of these procedures, women want to do it because they feel they need it, right? So, there are factors that are also playing a role in this rise. And because of that, they seek extra means, cheap means.
This is
to
where
get
I want
these
us
things
to
done. And I
go.
will tell you this, that if you are going for a procedure like this at a discount, your life is the bargain. That life,
100%.
that
on your,
discount is
you're-
something you're trading for.
exactly,
that
and that thing that the
discount.
person is
That's
trading
it.
at discount is their life.
That is
But
it.
to the woman, many of them feel that it's just a procedure now. It's just one time, and many of them also, they feel that it is one time. It happens once, and that is it. And that is why I said, if you are not properly educating people about this procedure, that it is not just something that you will do. After you do it, you will do follow up. You will do checks.
Aftercare.
You will need to
Aftercare.
ensure. Yes, you need to
Yes.
ensure that
Aftercare.
everything. And I can tell
Not
you
with
this.
all surgeries. I did
And I can tell you
appendicitis
this.
at 16.
And I
I've
can
not
tell you
checked
this.
since
It
then.
requires
Different surgeries, different measures.
sorry, it requires
Appendicectomy.
for you to put somebody in that proportion, it requires a level of art, right? That art has to be maintained. As you are like this, you will still have to be maintained over time. And I will put it to you.
Dieting and exercise
Gym.
is
Exactly,
enough.
but
Your
many of
weight,
them, many
course.
of them still don't have this knowledge, and that is why I would say that the knowledge of the procedure should precede the hype behind.
Now, for the last decade of my life, I have made litany of videos. Sometimes they say if you want to hide something from a black person, write it or make it educational. Or
Put
they
it
will
in a
just
book.
Full
put it
of
in a book.
Yes.
We've spent. I have ebooks. I have free resources. So we've spent educating, making videos. There's still that thing about us about not listening, which is why I am tired of us blaming the procedure and not going towards regulation. We are at that stage as a country because we have medical tourism. 90% of my clientele base is from abroad. Yes, because we've set ourselves at that so that
Pedestal.
we don't
Yeah.
attract, because that's problem. Those people that can't pay it's problem already. So it's from abroad. Nigeria is up to that place where they can just set up a body that can go around any of these clinics. Just what are the basics? Because when you go to places like Florida, we like to think it's only Nigeria. It's not only us.
Oh, absolutely.
When you go to places like Florida, and that's why all those research work was done, bringing up all those statistics, they had a lot of bad issues and deaths until the ASEF, Aesthetic Society for Education and Research, stood up and said, let us begin to regulate. Let's begin to go around. They brought out guidelines and people adopted it. Nigeria has just allowed it look like, okay, those of us that know what we're doing should be doing, no, those other ones are there doing anything. Regulation has to happen.
Yes.
That's it. We shouldn't, it's not that BBL is bad. There should be regulation.
So, Doc, I would like to ask you, because you have spoken so passionately about, what you do and why they should regulate that particular sector. What inspired your decision to focus on this arm of your profession?
Love for women. That's simple and short. Because when I was much younger, my mom would be like, oh, do pediatrics now. Be like, okay, let's see. As I was graduating, I loved gynecology, and I realized that, I want to work with women. And even as a teenager, in my early 20s, I did a lot of advocacy work with women. So I knew that my life would be dedicated to women. But gradually I saw that, pediatrics, while I'm still good with children, it's not my place. Gynecology, but anything that makes a woman look at herself and say, I can achieve this thing, I can do this thing, I'm the shit, be encouraged. That's what I wanted to do. And all my teachers then knew me. There's no kind of research. They'll be like, she wants to do, go and bring her, let her come and be writing something that happened in the clinic in 1990 something. All my colleagues, they knew then. So it's I'll just say passion. I really like it when women look good. I'm all those people that if you look good, I'll be like, I'm excited.
I have a question. There's something I've noticed with liposuction or BBL. I notice it makes, like, after you undergo the surgery, maybe after a year or so, the fat start coming back.
So there's something areas of suction or where you've put it.
To the areas of suction. But why would you spend that amount of money to remove fat from somewhere and the fat keeps coming?
Did
you live
lifestyle?
Wait.
Did you live in your
It's the lifestyle.
No, but I still exercise, but not just every time. It's not supposed to come back like that.
Okay,
And then
so
sometimes
sometimes
it makes someone looks more matured, and then it brings fat to your face.
Because you've lipoed those areas. If you leave some fat cells, those ones can still grow and make it look like. But because you've removed here, you've removed there, if you don't watch your weight, the fat will go to other places where you've added more fat and your face.
Because I don't know. I don't like the fact that the fat keeps coming to the face.
So there's a general saying, at least a lot of people say it. They say, BBL is only fine in the clots. May them remove the clot.
It's a lie. It is more fine when you're naked.
I want to ask the doctor. As somebody that has been doing this for a while, you would also answer. Do you think it is true that most BBL procedures, they don't look good when the women remove their clothes?
I like to answer this question by generalizing. If all of us removed our clothes, we won't look good. Clothes are for decency per se. That's why they are, will I say, if you just go and expose yourself, it's a kind of crime for public
nudity.
Yes. Public, is it indiscretion or something? Clothes are meant
Indecent exposure.
Indecent exposure. And it states you can go to, you're going down like 4 months. So to now make it something about BBL is why I have a problem with the tag. I feel anybody that just wants to sound intelligent and caring, they hop on the BBL trend. All of us, do you know the blackness we will see if some of us removed our clothes? But because we just hate that BBL tag, we make it look like that. But for some people, if they have contour irregularities or they have cellulite, which people normally have,
but men
now
like
they've made
cellulite.
it a BBL thing.
I'm sorry,
They have
men like cellulite unless it's very
stretch
bad.
marks.
Men like stretch marks.
Which are natural.
They now said, if
BBL.
they now see it on somebody that maybe has enhanced their body, they say, they're fine. All of us, if we had to be indecent or undressed, have you gone to the beach and seen white people? Sometimes you'll be like, oh my God.
But for me, I feel like I look better when
Clothes
I'm
make us
naked
decent.
than when I'm even wearing clothes. Yes.
So you don't have cellulites?
No, I don't.
Ooh,
I don't.
Lucky you.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But
where
you
you're
know,
getting
it's not
that
just cosmetic surgeries do not give cellulites. You know, it's natural.
It's natural.
Yeah,
So
I know.
whether with or without,
You will have it.
you still have
have
it.
stretch
it.
marks.
So I feel like the people who come for those people who say, oh, the BBL, they say something. They say, now only for clothes this BBL they find. Now only for
Fine.
clothes they find. I
Thank
see
you.
that a lot. My dear, don't say, you're just hating.
Yeah.
It's just the way recently there's this
It's a
lady
tag.
that got her body done. I think the second round. I think is it Jelena or Justin? I don't know. But apparently she died from the cosmetic procedure in one popular clinic. I don't know if you guys heard about it. Now, she was undergoing her second round when that happened, when she died, and what people were saying, men started setting their cameras all of a sudden. Every guy turned to a podcaster, turned
was
to a life
terrible.
advocate. Oh, women, love your body. Have self-love.
People
Love
who know
yourself.
the last
The-
thing. The last thing about
when did that
cosmetic
start?
surgery.
What do you know about self-love? Let's start
Self-love.
there. Are these not the same men who shame and body shame women in every area, every aspect, at every point, every opportunity, on, offline? you see a woman with a natural body, you see the one with a BBL, you choose this one. You say, "Oh no, this is the one I
This is
like.
the one I
This
like."
one I like. I like fat
When you're
ass."
done,
But when you
I
see a
like
short
the-
man, you will not pick.
Yeah.
When you
I
see
mean,
a
so,
broke man,
I
you will
think-
not
I
pick.
mean,
Like
but
I
that's
said,
what
I-
you have no control over how you were created by God.
By God.
You don't have control over
And
that.
I think that takes me
But
back to
then-
the initial statement that I made, that we are all imperfect, right?
True.
And the problem is that we have curated our society in such a way that we are having, we are putting unnecessary excellent standards for things that have always made us human and has made us, when I was growing up too, people can bully you for different things. They can tell you, oh, that your head is big, right? So will you now say that you want to go correct your head because you feel your head is big, right? So, and we are saying this at the same time we are seeing the changes, right? The rise of cosmetic procedures. We are also seeing the rise in mental health conditions like BDD, that's body dysmorphia disorder, right? And we cannot say that these two things are not linked. That is why the conversation should transcend just us being, masquerading under the fact that it is a personal choice, or rather it is pressure. We need to understand that 1 out of 8 people use the internet. 1 out of 8 people, if not even more. Right now, we have about 8 billion people, right? And I think Facebook is almost 2 billion people. So 2 out of every 8 persons is on the internet. And when the algorithm has curated, you've seen something that is like nice body, you tap it. The algorithm is like radio. The moment he understands that you like something, it will keep firing that same thing at you. And when that is all you see, that automatically updates your software, because your mental health is like software. It immediately updates your software to understand that, look, if I don't look like this, then I don't want to look anyway like that. And these are some of the conversations that we should have before we now talk about, okay, personal choice. And then I understand where she was coming from. You've had a deformity before, right? You know very well that maybe it was an accident or trauma. Cosmetic procedures, usually
My last point was on men shaming people.
No, I understand.
Can we also
really
talk
want
about
to-
men?
I really
I want us to ask a question about men.
I wanna talk about
No,
my
to be very frank,
experience
I would say
too.
that men are the ones that are fueling this crisis.
Yes,
because
of course.
we need to, while
And I want
saying
to
all
talk
this,
about
while
an
saying all
experience.
this, men are the ones that are also fueling this crisis, because what is considered a beautiful woman, right, by a man, so now has changed. Because before it was like, okay, she has a beautiful face and she's looking good. Oh wow, I think I like her. Now it has become, if she's
her
not,
backside.
if she's not a hourglass,
and
I
front
am not
side.
interested.
I am not interested.
If she doesn't have it front and back, it's, I am not interested.
Yeah.
So those are some of, and like I said from the very beginning, life as it's not just superficial, it is deeper than that. And I think we as a society need to go deeper, because like I said, this thing is also promoting people building a society that is based on superficial things. And that is what we are, somebody will have bad character, but because the person is fine.
It passes pretty privilege.
Do you understand?
Body
So because
privilege.
the person is fine, cannot talk to them.
Yeah.
Can we
Do you
also talk
understand?
about our agenda, doctor?
Yeah, and
I want
that's
to
why
talk
I am
about
saying
something.
that
I want to talk about
we
that.
are
I think we
fueling,
need to
we are
come back
fueling
to
some
that.
of this,
Yeah.
and I can say that with this, all these trends are we are building a society that is built to fail because of this thing, because we are no longer deep. We have become so superficial. I was talking about Ladipo at the very beginning, right? You can make a car look so beautiful. You can modify it, but if it is a 2008, it will still look and drive like that. Look, your character can, you might be good, you might look beautiful, but you need to go deeper than that. Beauty, we've been talking about. When last did we even hear about inner beauty? We've not heard about inner. People have totally forgotten inner beauty. It doesn't even exist.
Hold on. I think we need to address
There are
our agenda.
tangibles and
Nobody takes an
intangibles.
X-ray to the nightclub. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Nobody takes an X-ray to the
Running.
nightclub. When you go to the nightclub, because inner beauty is the X-ray, Nabi.
There are tangibles
So
and intangibles.
let's
Yes.
talk about men.
Do you
Hold on,
understand?
Yes.
doctor. I
And
want
that
us
is
to
why
talk
it's
about
important. That's why it's
men.
important
Please
to
talk about men.
Now, these are decent girls, a student, they were both students. The average girl that does BBL today, no absolute zeros, no absolute hundreds, are girls trying to market whatever they have to a higher bidder.
Average.
Tell me about it.
That's what they
My
think.
patience.
No,
my
no, as in,
data.
you know,
Adeta
that
does not support
about-
that.
Because, do you know why Adeta does not support that?
60% of my
Because she
patients are
is
married
good.
women.
Yeah, I'm
There's
talking
no
about the
bidder.
people.
They have a man.
I'm talking about
They
the
are
people who
married.
cannot afford those
I agree.
korokoro.
Yes. So and those are the ones that
ukoro.
fall into the hands of unqualified professionals because many of them are trying to package
Thank you.
themselves.
It's called branding.
So yes, they are trying to brand.
And who are they branding for?
Yes,
Who are
and
they branding for?
They are branding for the men, and that is why I said that we are building a society that is not built on depth.
Okay,
And
I want to talk about my experience, and then I want you to advise me, right?
Talk to us,
If
Princess
you
Posh.
were in my shoes, what would you
I'm
do?
not a woman.
I know, but like I just
Maybe
want
na
to.
man do am.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the thing is, okay, when I gave birth when I was 19 years old, when I was in the university, I met this guy in school and I got pregnant. You know, he was taking care of me. He was even paying my school fees. He was doing a lot of things for me. But after giving birth, I noticed sudden changes from him. He started body shaming me. Sometimes he wouldn't even touch me. If he touches me, he'll be like, this is not the way I met you. This is not the way I met you. Like, it fucked with my brain. Like, I was taking care of my child. I was always depressed because I felt like, no, this is not how my man used to treat me. Like, he started treating me some type of way that I didn't even understand. I was there for like, I think 8 months, and sometimes he wouldn't even touch me. He would come, he would touch me, he would act weird and just leave me like that. I kept thinking, I left him for a while. I went back to start working. I started working in Abuja. Then I wanted to go back into entertainment, my work, my job, because I was doing the entertainment before I gave birth. Okay, now I wanted to start my job again, the vixen job. They started rejecting me because of the tummy, because I had a CS. And there's no how I would use hot water to press my tummy to go down. I cannot wear those bikinis I used to wear before. I couldn't wear those clothes I used to wear.
Tangibles.
Like, they stopped giving me jobs. Everything was so bad. People were just, like, my relationships after then, any guy I date, before you know, they just start acting like they like me. Before you know, they just start deviating. Some of them will not even call me again. If I call them, it will look as if I have a disease on me just because I gave birth to a child. So if you were in my shoes, what would you have advised me to do? When I was getting those rejections, I was getting depressed. Sometimes I would even go out with a guy. He will be looking at a BBL girl in front of me.
Period.
Like, we're drinking together. You're supposed to be looking at me, but you're not looking at me.
This is really the BBL.
have
The
it.
other person
Then
looks aesthetically.
You're looking at another girl right beside me, and you're telling me, this kind of shape. I like this shape. Babe, can you help me with the person's number? Can you please get me that girl's number? I'll give you something. Like, you came out with me. We're supposed to be together. You're telling me to go get someone else's number. Like, I kept getting different frustrations. There was no relationship. My love life was fucked up. And then what I had to do, I saw something about this liposuction thing. Back in the days, I used to insult BBL girls. I used to feel like, why would you even go touch your body? I think they will soon die. I used to hate on them. I won't lie. I never knew I would be in this position too. I never knew. It was people who pushed me with all this, look at that, look at it. Why is your tummy big like this? Why is your this like this? So my friend told me about BBL, and then I researched, I made my own research, and then I saw that, okay, I could do it, and then I paid for it. After doing it, I got my confidence back. The people that were always like, I can't talk to her and all of that, they were coming to me. People started coming to me. I started getting jobs. I started, like, my life came back to normal again. So, like, I gained my confidence back. And I'm happy that now I have that confidence. I can pull my clothes anytime. I can do whatever thing I want to. But then, when I'm out with people, I'm always trying to hide my tummy. I'm always carrying purse. I'll carry purse and cover here so that they will not see
carry
it.
pillow like
I will
me,
carry
or
pillow.
one.
Anything, I will be hiding it because I don't want them to see it. So now I have that confidence. I can wear
Period.
anything I want to wear.
Period.
So
But
if
I want to
people-
ask right now, do you have a stable relationship?
Even now, I don't really have a stable relationship because of the big ass.
Why?
Yeah.
They feel like the ass is too big and every man wants to have a taste. So I think I still made a mistake adding my butt.
So you
I wouldn't
said-
have added my butt.
So the problem
That
wasn't
was
solved.
that
was you.
Okay.
That was the I think the mistake I made was adding my butt.
A second
because
time
I cannot
or-
even leave. The first time I added the butt, the first time, and it was because the doctor
So you did
advised.
2 rounds.
Yeah, because
Upper
of my
body and
tummy.
lower body.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
of my tummy, I had to do my tummy again the second time because I didn't do a tummy tuck.
Okay.
I did a liposuction.
Okay.
If I had done a tummy tuck at first, I wouldn't,
You wouldn't have done-
my
okay.
tummy again the second time.
So what would you have
so
done
if the pro-
differently?
sorry, sorry. If the problem is not solved now, so don't you think that is more of an internal problem than
What was
an
your
external
understanding
the
of the
only
problem?
thing is the
because she
ass I
said
added.
because
What
she
was your
said
understanding
because
of
she
the
said
problem?
That's the
she
same thing.
said that she did not have a stable relationship. She mentioned stability of relationship.
But that was not the
as-
only
Possibly
problem.
with a man. I think she was even talking about
No,
her
she
jobs
were you talking
across
about
all
I was
jobs.
talking about my job.
when we say
Because she was in
relationship,
one.
When we say
I was in
she said
one.
they left, that the people
He
that came
left.
to her, they will not stay, they will leave. When
Yeah, they were
come, will
always
leave. There was
leaving.
there was no stability.
Yeah.
Stability is
Relationship.
long-lasting relationship.
Relationship, yes.
So that's
There are
why
different kinds
that's
of
why I
relationship,
asked
that's
her
why
and said that's why I
But
asked
at least
her.
they
I
used
said,
to stay
does
now
she
than
have
then.
now? And she said
No.
no. And that's
Yes.
why I'm asking again to
The
say,
thing is, the
if you
mistake-
feel like you have solved the problem of that
Where I
thing
made a
and it's still
mistake,
there,
let me tell you
don't
where I made
think
a
it's
mistake.
problem, an internal
Yes.
No,
problem.
where I made the mistake was adding my butts. That was the mistake. I'll say I did. Adding these butts because there are some places I cannot go just like that because I have this big bum bum. I can't wear some kind of clothes. I will have to wear something really big so my butt will not show.
I'm so sorry. I just want to ask something. Did you get your body done for you or for people? Just
For
because-
me.
Was
For
it
me.
about the childbearing, just to come back to where you are before you
course.
gave birth? Because it may not have even been to keep.
Because
have been-
she
it was not for the
mentioned there are
relationship.
two.
They were-
for
they
her,
were
there were
problem.
two
Two-faceted, there were
problems.
two
She
major
saw
problems.
the
Yes.
confidence
Exactly.
problem, but the
Yes.
relationship problem has
still. So,
But
but
now-
what?
let's
And then
not
my
let's
job.
say
But I think-
let's not ignore.
My job was
Let's
the
not-
number one.
Yes.
Let's not ignore the fact that she made it a bit obvious that she was not being accepted. And that was the major thing that pushed her to. Because
Yes.
if those people were accepting her the
Yes.
way
If they
she
were,
was,
I
and
would
did not
make
have gone,
comments
so at the
about
end of the
her
day, so at
I
the end of the
wouldn't
day, that
have.
people
Nobody was there
played
to
a role,
even-
validation, the need to feel
you can see
validated.
somebody and greet the
had-
person without talking about their belly, their weight,
Like
their
they're
height.
always telling me,
If you
babe,
see any
So you
jewelry
see
on
when
any
we
of
say
their
men
fingers,
are one of the men are the
men
major
are the
problems.
major
When it
problems.
comes to women
Okay,
altering
this
their
is what
bodies.
I was
talking
was it
about.
only, was it only
Yes.
men?
this pressure.
It wasn't only men, my
men
job
are
too.
with the pressure.
Even my
pots
jobs.
and
What
cooker.
job?
But I would
Oh,
say
yeah,
this.
video.
So why
No,
are you
but
feeding
wait.
their ego?
I used to
wait.
wear
Why do you, if you
bikinis.
know that men are
If
the
men are
problem,
the problem,
why
then
are
why
you
you
feeding
fo-
their
yeah,
ego? Why are you going to get the body done?
Because
If you say
hold
there's a
on.
problem.
That's
Yeah,
what we
okay.
asked her. In the end, whether the relationship worked out or not, did you solve your own confidence?
Of
People
course, my
keeping their
confidence.
unsolicited advice to themselves.
Yeah.
Did you solve that problem?
My confidence
'Cause the
came back
men,
and my jobs
they will
came
come,
back.
They will go. But
The truth of
Now
it-
I can
at
wear
least,
bikini,
did
I
your
can wear
quality
any
of
kind
life
of clothes
improve?
I want to wear for my job, you know? I need that sexy body for my
But
kind
within
of
you,
job.
you're
Queen
happy.
Latifah.
Are you
Exactly.
happy?
So
Queen
you,
Latifah.
you,
Of course
you
I
said
am.
like so you're like I'm happy you said that because it's related to you, like your work. But what I would say is that for many other people that are doing this procedure, this is not their own life
But
story.
what I would say is I would advise people if you were in my shoes, I would advise you not to add your butt. Don't add your butt because adding your butt, I think adding my butt was the biggest mistake
Queen
of
Latifah,
my life.
you
Yes.
added your butt and you don't look like it was a big mistake.
Not at all.
How do you deal? Do you have more? Let's start. More male attention.
Oh, of course. That's something I feel like I was not even prepared for because, like I said, when I was getting my body done, it was to correct something. However, the perks, the attention, the love.
Are you in a relationship now?
Yes, I am.
How do you manage? Do you think it's added, or do you think your man feels insecure when you're going around? Everybody's oogling.
I mean, he saw me the way I was before he came to me. However, yes, he does feel that he does get insecure sometimes, and that has to do with not just my looks but my personality. There's so many girls with big bum out there, but Latifah is a bad bitch with a good personality. So it's like, apart from the body, you have brains, you have charisma, you have character.
Well,
So those things combined with what I look or how I look, of course, it has to make a man shake a bit. But
Yes, so I think we
whatever
just
it is,
made.
is what it
Yes, I
is.
think we've just had that conversation about depth. Look, a good body shape would do well to attract, but what keeps
Keep,
is
yes.
character.
Yes, you.
So, and that is why understanding the why, like rightly mentioned,
There's a
is
section
really
of people
key.
people are not thinking about. Like I said, a good percentage of my patients are married women.
Stop making
And
this thing look
every
so
one of my
superficial.
friend whose
Yes.
Like people are
wives,
trying to
every one of
attract
my
men.
friends whose wives did a BBL left him.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, including all the people you know on social media now. You want to start me with the
Once you
mention
have
name.
this
Oh.
BBL, you have more men coming to you, and that's the only problem I have with it.
So you
Once
get the wrong
I love
kind
the
of
fact that you are
attention.
addressing
Yes,
this.
you are
Once you
addressing
add
the
balls
wrong
to
kind of
it,
attention.
once your
Husbands,
ass is looking
they're
bulky
still
like
in their
this,
families.
just forget
Now,
it.
a lot of
men
people,
will keep
yeah,
chasing you.
So this conversation, right? It looks like it's engendered towards we just talking about women being influenced by social media.
Men have lipo too.
No, not just that. I will get to that, but men are also being influenced by social media and what they see, because now we have reached a point where if a woman doesn't have that glass shape, that hourglass shape, she's not deemed attractive. And these are some of the conversations that we men are not telling ourselves, that beauty transcends just a woman's shape. It does, because the classification, we said it at the very beginning of this podcast, we understand that beauty has evolved over time. So why is it that what was classified as beautiful in 1880 is not beauty now according to men's standards? So men also are part of this problem.
era.
And it is
Yes,
and I will
evolution.
say this again.
It's evolution. Everything
I will
is
say this
evolving.
again. For instance, now, for some men today, they are afraid of, having pot bellies, because they feel that if I have a pot belly, my wife will leave me or something like that, or if my arms are not big enough. And that is where we are saying that we are building a society based on superficial, superficial things rather than depth. And
Look, people can want to look
Look
good, without it
Even
affecting
honestly.
their competence, their character, who they are, their contribution
who
to
stays,
society,
who
their
leaves.
qualification, their leadership ability, who they are. People, let's not. You've been
Let's
saying
not make it so
superficiality.
deep.
You
Doctor,
can look
good
curvy
for-
and still be
Doctor,
a bad.
doctor,
and that is why you are making my point.
Doctor,
You're actually
I know
making my
what
point.
You're doing.
Yes,
I'm not making your point,
you're
because you make it look like everybody
No,
that is
you're-
shallow.
No,
Yeah,
you are making
everyone
my
is
point.
They want to look good.
No,
That's
it is
what
not that. You are
It's
making
like
my point.
everyone
And
is
the
just looking
society
out
is
to look
now
superficial.
moving towards
No,
just
we need
looks.
to look beyond that, and that is why I
People
say,
have depth
for instance,
regardless.
you can see Letitia, right? She's brilliant. Beyond just that, it is the beyond that I'm talking about. It is not the
So
shape.
you are saying that because of that beyond, she shouldn't have.
No, that is not what I'm saying.
wanted
You are
to be
misconstruing
sure,
what I'm saying. I am saying that there should be. I'm saying that there should be more than that, and our judgments on beauty should transcend just physical looks alone. That is exactly what I'm saying.
People are
And the
smart.
reason why we are having this, this trend is because what has defined beauty has changed, and it has become more superficial. And that is why I stand on this matter.
So
Yeah,
I want
but
to,
you know
I want
the-
to also,
the fault is coming
don't you
from-
think
It's coming from,
Yeah,
it's coming from, like I said, it is multifactorial. First
It's
of
a
all, I can say
hydra-headed
that
problem.
it is coming from, yes, it is coming from men because
Exactly.
they are accepting it, and then it's also coming from men because trust me, no be woman, they pursue man, they attract man. If a man is going to another woman, it is another woman's man. Do you
Okay,
understand?
so-
For instance, if the person is married, he goes to another person, and that other person is happy with that other man that has left another woman. So, like, this thing is from both ends. We cannot even say that it is
But
a
can
woman
we-
thing
can we
or it's a
also
man
say-
thing.
can we
It's
also
coming
say-
from both
doctor,
ends.
Doctor, can we also say, because you've mentioned that it's an inside thing. I mean, let us be us. Whether we are curvy or we are slim thick, we are thin.
But our society does not accept
Sorry, can
it.
we just be who we are? So, but the society, like you said,
Yeah.
they are not coming to you. It looks like there's been a label.
Yeah.
Once you do your body, as example, on the streets of Instagram, everyone is talking about this one don't do nyash. She won't enter street. This one. It's not.
It's
You can't
because
stop them. So how can we
you've
stop them from having that?
Now,
everybody that
I
has
want us
done
to
the
address
surgery
something.
procedure by that
I want us to
minor
address
few.
something.
Sorry, sir. She has not.
See,
No, she has not. She has
Okay,
not.
based on what
labeled
you're saying.
everybody, and I think it was one that's massive platform that made it look like everybody that just adjusts their body, that's their level. There are industrious, hardworking, very decent, responsible, family people, the kind of people that I work with. They have all this depth. They are respectably married or with their partners, because there are different kind of unions that is not marriage. They don't. It's
But-
that small sector that defined that.
But don't
that
you think-
covered everybody?
Don't you think, like you're saying, they say now woman, they do woman. Now, don't you think that because it is gaining energy and gaining strength, it means that a larger number of people are doing it? Because nobody will come and say, girls, they do the body, the inter street, if it's not realistic.
Of
or
course,
what
there are a
is
lot of
happening.
girls who do
so,
it.
So don't you think that a lot of women, let's be realistic, don't you think that a lot of girls on the street these days do it with an ulterior motive, a motive to attract and do business?
Girls on the street represent a small fraction of my
Ew.
patients. So maybe I may not be able to answer that your question, because I keep saying that they represent a small number. They're so small, and they're the ones that have tainted the entire industry.
yeah.
The women I
Exactly.
deal with, even those that are just career women that are on their own, they are doing it for themselves. The male attention is fine if it comes or goes. It is not their
Exactly.
reason. They do not really need to do anything, let me not use any vulgar words, to feed. It is that small fraction of people that have tainted everybody and
that's-
drives all these
yeah.
conversations about superficiality.
Because when they do, that's why it's them you
okay,
see
I'm
everywhere. They make it so obvious.
They make it look like
Yes.
BBL, everybody.
Like
Because they need
I
to get
wanted
it's
to
like
say
they have
something.
to
Price
get
don't
return.
go up. Not everybody is for
I wanted to
sale.
say
For
something.
any amount.
I wanted
Price
to
don't
say
go up.
something.
Not everybody
Yeah.
is for sale.
And I think here's my take. We cannot ignore the self-confidence issues that drive people to BBL.
Absolutely.
We can't ignore them because I would say if you are confident in your own skin, the likelihood that you will do a BBL is minimal. 1. 2, if your man, like for instance, I can't look at my wife. My wife is over 40. I don't expect her to look like Queen Latifah. If I start making those comparisons, then I'm going to start slowly driving her, even if no matter how women are naturally not as confident as men.
Yes, of course.
All you need to tell a woman is, I don't like your earring. She feels that her hair is bad, her shoes are. You just take
target.
it. So I think our men also, before we start
do
resorting to cutting and
Yes.
because she said that her man left her because she had a
Big
pouch. No woman that has had 3 children,
Would
no
have
matter
this-
how you
no matter-
exercise, if you like roll on the moon,
To be
you
there.
will have a
I've
pouch.
not had any. I still have a pouch.
Do you understand? So it is up to your man to understand and appreciate the evolution of your body that occurred because you gave him children or the two of you had children together. I think we also need to work on the mindset of our men
Yes, of
because
course.
she would not have done a
I wouldn't
BBL
have done
if
it.
her man stood with her and
Yes,
said,
he
baby,
didn't stand
you
by
got
me.
this stretch. There's no way you will carry belly and
Absolutely.
not have stretch
And not
marks.
stretch marks.
So I think the onus is still back on men who should, like you said, go for what's in the brain and the inside
And have a
and
better
encourage
understanding.
their women. Now, when you now have a rare case like Queen Latifah, who fell down and had a defect that wants to reconstruct
Reconstruct
that
or-
defect,
yes, or
or
correct.
one or two people who feel that, you know what, let me make myself more beautiful. Now, the average woman has thought of BBL right now. Some just don't have the money. Some don't have the
Some
time.
even use a jaw.
Some do
do
use
it.
a job. Some borrow money so that when they get better customers, they will come back. I say it. You
That's why I say it.
Return of
you have an
investment.
office in Lekki.
There are people
There are
who
doctors that will do
borrow
BBL in
Songo.
Surulere, in Songo, in Ibadan.
Anyways, yeah.
Do you understand? With somebody was telling me with 5 million. So a girl can sit down, you know what, borrow me 2 million there,
Yeah.
go do the BBL,
Yeah.
come out, begin the bill boys,
There's even one
500K.
business now that
Yeah,
they
and
borrow
that's-
people
and-
money for surgery. Then when
Yeah.
you're
And
done
that's
and start
the,
making
that's,
money,
I think that's the
you
case of
start
this
paying.
girl that died
So that
recently.
start making
'Cause
money means
when she did
there's-
hers
Yes.
and complications happened,
Yes.
suddenly they tried to when they needed to do this, they need to pay for this, pay for that. Apparently she had
She had
nothing in
no
her
money.
account.
Yes.
So
Yes.
she used
You
apparently she
needed-
used her last 6 million naira to do
Which is
her
why
body.
immediately someone tells me, I will sell my car. I'll be like, we know they run. We dey here.
When are you
What's
doing
the
promo?
rush?
When are you doing
Cosmetic surgery
promo?
is not an
When are you doing
emergency.
promo?
There
Yes.
is not.
And I think
discounts.
We keep
Doing
and
promo.
after a while I won't hear from that person again.
Yeah.
They don't go cheap place, go do
Yes, and,
Yeah.
and that is why we need to
Because we
still
tell
promote
them.
that conversation that, like you said, that cosmetic procedures aren't
Emergency.
an emergency, because we need to also, and why we need to talk about this is the risks. People are not really embracing and sitting down to understand the risk that are associated. And when we started, I mentioned the fact that it is a major surgery. It's not a minor surgery.
Yes.
BBL,
That's why I don't like the
Ye-
word mommy makeover.
Yes,
You see that
BBL
makeover?
is not
I've
a
always said
minor
it. It makes it
surgery.
look like go to
It
the
is
spa.
not a
Yeah.
makeup
It is-
procedure. It
mommy
is a
makeover
major.
is still a BBL.
Yes.
It's major procedures.
liposuction.
Yes, it's-
Plus tummy tuck and breast for the food. I've always said it. I don't like that term mommy makeover because it makes them feel it's
Absolutely.
a spa day.
Mommy
Yes,
makeover is
yes,
tummy tuck
and that
and
is
breast.
the problem. It is not a
Both
it is
tummy
not a
tuck,
minor
breast,
procedure
lipo,
that you wake up and
BBL,
there is
Let
the
them just
possibility
say
of
BBL and
infection.
liposuction
There is
and
possibility
stop
of
using mommy
gangrene.
makeover.
There is possibility of fat embolism. There is possibility of fat necrosis. There are complications that can happen later on. Right,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
why
as a
we've done
person
all
have-
these educative videos.
yes,
Yes, of course.
and a lot of people, a lot of women that want to do these procedures, it's the thing is entering here and is flying out. So that is why it's
There's
always
another group that is giving us a bad name. I had to say it.
Please say.
Sorry, Inibo. The liquid BBL.
What's that?
Because we've now painted BBL bad, the surgical one where you use your own fat. So those ones are now marketing and saying we will do injectables for you.
Yes, now
And
I want to.
some of
talk about
the
that.
most annoying things, the person will be like, no problem. I will come meet you. I will come to your house.
Home
I will
service.
even go to your
Yeah, they
hotel.
go
Home
to people's
service.
houses
Yes.
to inject them.
Now, when things go wrong, everybody blames one word.
BBL.
So it's not all bombs you see that is actually the surgical fat grafting. Most of them have injected substances they don't even know. And I've heard as far as freezer coolant.
yes.
Should people watch this Beauty in Black? As far as freezer, they don't even know. That's why all this education, will I say the economic ability or the poverty, because there are still people that will go to a corner hospital, but there are people that they want that bomb and they will just call all these other people, the liquid BBL. And the UK is really moving to ban it. That is very prevalent here. And it hurts that they all name everybody BBL.
Freezer coolant.
Yeah, but do you know what?
Yeah.
That
Body
liquid
Antifreeze.
BBL, right?
So
That liquid BBL, what I know about it is
They will say it's
it's a
fillers.
transfer of hyaluronic fillers.
yes.
I have friends who have done it.
I've seen
About 2 weeks
that.
ago, a friend of mine did hers.
They gave me a
Hyaluronic
number to
fillers,
do.
and I saw it. And mind you, it's even very expensive. She
Yeah,
paid
it's
about
very
$5,000
Because
to get it
at
done.
least maybe that person is doing the good one.
There's
Yes.
one
Maybe
of 2 million.
there are
There's
some
one
that
of
it is so
1.5.
cheap, and in
1.5
Nigeria, because
million.
when things are expensive, it looks like it's a good one. They can still bring that freezer coolant one and tell you that
And
it
tell
is
you
5
that,
million.
yes, because there are no
Because they
quality
keep coming-
standards.
They keep coming to us with the complication necrosis. It will look exactly like BBL, but it was injectable.
And something I would really
No.
like to say, I would really love for surgeons, right, you're a really good person to communicate some of the side effects, some of the effects of this
Of
cosmetic
these
procedures.
injections.
But before I did mine, before I traveled abroad, here in Nigeria, I went to two different places here at that time. In fact, these two places they were the places that were major at that time because there were not a lot of cosmetic centers here in Nigeria at that time. So I did my consultation and I asked questions doing my research, and not one of the two surgeons, when I asked them what were the complications, the risk, the first one told me he brought out a paracetamol pack. in front of him. He said paracetamol or Panadol. He said, take a look at this. And I read, he said, look at the side effects at the corner. And I was, he said, can you see what's there? There's liver, it could lead to liver damage, it could lead to this. So Latifa, please, everything comes with side effects, everything comes with complications. Just, it's nothing to worry about. The second surgeon told me, Latifa, even as you're leaving my office, a car can hit you and you will die. So everything in life, so they try to minimize.
They minimize it. Yes.
I would say are not we being sincere with women, especially if you want to give them autonomy to make informed decision about themselves. How I gauge the consultation anyone has had with any of my doctors is when I ask them how was your consultation? Because I review after. They tell me they explained everything to me. Because we will call names. You cannot say, and my consent booklet is 23 pages. There is nothing left out. We will educate you on all. But we will tell you that this is what we still tell every other person. While we've prepared you like this, we are hoping for the best. Look at our structure. Look at our clinic. Look at everything here. It will go well. If you ask most of my patients, the last thing I say to them most times is, everything will go well. So you cannot minimize it. You have to answer
even on a flight, safe flight, but then you still have all the
doctor,
safety.
sorry.
People are minimal with the truth because they want to make a profit.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly,
and I
and that's
think
bad.
that is part of the conversation here that is driving some of the complications that we are seeing. And when you have unqualified professionals that are also in that space, they will minimize
just
the
waiting.
truth to the barest minimum and not let people know.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm so passionate about this is that Nigerians, they don't like to read instruction manual. And that's a problem, and that is one of the things that we are trying to change. It is very important to know there are some people that don't know that what Queen Latifah went through, that you need blood. You might need a blood transfusion after a surgery like that. Some of them don't know that.
It's
and when
part of our
yes,
you
and then
start
when
in your
it
bill
eventually
from the beginning,
happens,
yeah, of course,
right?
we do.
And that is and imagine a doctor minimizing that to Panadol, that has already been researched and gone through FDA and things like that. We need to, first of all, medical professionals must not be minimal with the truth when it comes to things like this.
100%.
BBL can be a
100%.
life-altering procedure.
100%.
There is a chance, there is a risk that it can alter your life. You might not be able to.
good.
You might not be able to do certain things anymore. And there is
I swear.
There are times when we finish telling them,
swear.
they will just remove.
They will remove
what
and they
want
will
to
go.
remove and say, just remove
Just
the
remove
fat
it.
for me.
Don't put that one.
You have
thing
to
I've-
remove it.
I've noticed.
So
in
let's
Nigeria
not be
with the
minimal
truth.
with the truth. And Nigerians
However,
also,
we don't
like
hold
the
on,
truth.
hold on. Let me finish.
We don't like
And
the
Nigerians should also want to know the truth about everything. There's
goes
this
both
word, the in
ways.
toto, right?
Yes.
They should want to know everything about it before they go into it. Not just because I'm going to look good, but because something might happen. Am I ready to take on that risk? So that in case the person will now need blood, he will understand that they told me about it. Or Dr. Wale
it.
told me
Even
about
on
this thing,
Google,
so
it
I am
is-
aware
it is in
about
the
it.
bill.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that is what
It is in your bill.
Yes.
No, not in the bill.
Yes.
Your bill.
Oh
Yes.
yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
and because
Yes.
all these things that we are saying, we are talking about it like this. If you look at it, if you ask, if you rank, if you Google it and check the most dangerous cosmetic procedures, BBL is there.
I was
Do you
waiting.
understand?
Dr. Wale,
It is there.
Dr. Wale,
It is there. Like
don't
if you
even
check
tell
it,
you all the side
do you understand?
effects
It is
online.
there because that's to show how serious it is. Now I can say that you should do it, or if you feel there is a need for a personal choice that is absolute for you to do it, but then don't do it without understanding the risk.
Dr. Wale, I wanted to ask a question, and I'll ask you to, Doctor. There are three things we've mentioned here. Fat embolism, from my understanding, is a little bit of fat entering the blood and finding itself in the
lung and the
pulmonary
heart, the heart.
or the cardiac. The other one is necrosis and gangrene. Both, from my little understanding, is cell death.
Yes.
The cells start to die. I understand. You ask the average 99% of Nigerians, they don't understand what fat embolism is.
No.
They don't understand what gangrene is. They don't understand what necrosis
Necrosis
is. Can you both explain what these terms are to the general public so they can understand? If you can do it in pidgin, I would be grateful.
Okay, so I would start with the fat necrosis thing. So I know that Dr. Dima will be able to still go with the fat embolism, but basically think of there is blood.
Pigeon, please.
Yeah. So for instance, like for your nyash now, blood they supply, like blood is supplied to different areas of your nyash, literally. So before, like all the muscles of your the skin, from the skin to your nyash, down, is blood that is supplying it. So what happens is that when they put new fat, when they part, like for instance, they take fat from here, they put them here. Now, if the blood supply no reach that place, that fat go start to die. Naturally, to start dying off because it's not getting rich blood supply, like blood supply that is supposed to get. So because of that place go start to die, it go start dey hard. Do you understand? Then you can start having gangrene, necrosis, and the smelling that people do talk about.
Smelling BBL.
Do you understand? So these are some of the issues that, and it's not like, I will say this because Dr. Dimma is here. It is not like it is if it is done well, right? Because I need to clarify, if it is done by somebody with elite skill, and I need to be very critical about this, since Dr. Dima and I are here, people with elite skill, the likeliness of this happening is close to zero, and because of the fact that they will also place you under follow-ups. That's the reason why I say they will check you, they will check again to make sure that the everything where them put for there, the thing don't it don't the soft.
It don't they get blood.
Blood don't reach there. That blood is reaching those areas. So, but when blood does not reach those areas, it becomes necrosed, gangrene, dead, and then it starts dead. Dead body they smell now. They smell.
So person who they leave, they smell like their body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Let
Dr.
me add to the fat necrosis. So the problem is the surgeon also telling you the limits that you can take. For example, there is a kind of hip dips you will have, and I will tell you that we're not going to force this place. We will add this fat, but we will not exceed the elastic limit of your skin because then the blood vessels will not be able to foam, throw a tantrum, whatever you want to do. I will let you know that we're putting this amount of fat here. Why? Because if that one survives, you can then in future, if you want, try to add more. But for now, we won't exceed this limit. That is where that fat necrosis comes from sometime. The plane where it is placed in.
Yes.
So, before I go on with the pulmonary embolism, I wanted to come back to that most risky complication or the riskiest cosmetic surgery. Because we keep quoting a data that as of now is no more current. But it is good for us to sound that alarm. So that, because we have the professionals, we have the other people in the corner. It's good for us.
That is why the data
keep sounding the alarm.
Yes.
I'm okay with that, us talking like that about BBL, because indeed, in the wrong hands, if anybody injects into muscle, that thing you said is express. It will happen. But if you're injecting into fat, which is why the training matters, the qualifications matter, that surgeon's ethos, what the person will not go beyond matters. The clinic setting and their business model matters because
the clinics,
the clinics with that budget high flow, you see, they come up often in complication stories.
Yes.
But I'm comfortable whether we make a sale. I'm comfortable because there are people at that level with me who will come because they know that this is the care we will get here. But you see that way, that market, everybody welcome. It is also associated with that because the people doing it are human beings. If you're not giving yourself time to rest before you give another patient their results or before you start taking on another person's life, those issues will come into play. Each clinic has a complication profile, which is why I'm calling for this regulation. Before we did this thing, I looked for research work in our system. I saw a few, but we're not that transparent. We're not that transparent. We don't want to talk about it. So, moving on to that statistics.
Because I wanted you to address PE. Don't forget.
The truth. A tummy tuck is the riskiest cosmetic surgery now.
And you've done
it's
it.
It's no more BBL.
No, I did the liposuction.
It's no more BBL. The indices have changed.
Yes, but
the numbers have changed.
Yes, but
but because of lack of regulation.
Yes, because of lack of regulation, that's one. It will still be among. So let me use that. Let me correct. Yeah, so maybe I correct it to say that it is one of the, if you say the top 5. right? It is still ranking there.
That was why I
BBL
didn't
will
do
still
it.
be one of them. So
Because I read about
yes,
it.
no matter
So
what,
tummy
no matter
talk
how,
is
yes,
now
and
the
then
top,
in
yeah.
we have to understand that data also is contextual and it can be based on different areas.
Yes.
In places like Nigeria, where we have thriving unqualified hands and
Quacks.
and quacks, right? You see that data shoots up, and the demand also is shooting up too, right? The data.
However, sometimes we over dramatize things, and I do not know why. We hear of people in all specialties of medicine. Doc, there are some rotations you've gone through, and by the end of the day, you are calling time of death at least 3 times. But in cosmetic surgery, when one happens once in 3 months or 6 months,
It's a
it
trend.
makes the news.
Yes, the reason why that
We
is
still have a problem.
Because
the
they
reason why that is
It's
because it is not a
unnecessary
life-saving
surgery.
emergency. It's not a
That's what
life-saving
they think.
procedure. So the reason why that is because it always brings us back to this kind of conversations where was it really worth it?
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah,
it? It becomes
yeah.
like, was it really like,
And
if you now
intangibles.
place her life, right?
If you do not live in anybody's
worth-
skin,
Yes.
Was it
but that is what we're saying. Is it worth the risk of dying?
In the first
So
place.
I'm not saying that it is not. Look, and I will say this. I'm not saying it's not important, but then is it worth the risk? Like, it's like sitting down and saying that if I die with this procedure today, am I okay with it?
not all cosmetic surgeries.
It
are
can
No,
be
worth
worth
Dr.
it.
Wale,
It can
I
even
want
be
to-
worth-
I want to
See,
establish
sorry, Daddy,
something.
Sorry, Daddy,
Sorry.
it can even be worth the risk of dying. The truth is that the
yeah.
truth is that body shaming has. Please let me land, guys. Body shaming has led many people to
To suicide,
committing
actually.
suicide.
Yeah, of course.
For example, there was a day on this podcast. Sometimes
We
I
don't
like to.
talk about
Sometimes I
it
like to
enough.
watch, and then I watch during the streaming on Monday evenings. I like to just watch comments. I sat down. I'm in the gym now, so my tummy is not that bloated again. I sat down. Somebody said, a human being said, is easily pregnant. Why is her tummy like
Wow.
that?
People and their
That
own
is
People
enough
and-
for people that do
people
not
and their
for people that do not
opinions.
have people that have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
That is enough for some people to
And
just
you were
go
in the
send
gym,
it.
oh.
I was in my process at that time. I just
Okay.
started.
Now,
Do you understand? So that's
Human
enough.
beings
When you
for
say
you.
it's
They will keep
an
bashing
emergency
you.
for
Okay.
some
So you
people.
have
So that is
Dr.
why I
Wale-
said the solution to that is therapy. The solution
Dr. Wale-
before you the solution
I want
to
to-
that is
God.
therapy.
So after the
Dr.
therapy,
Wale-
People that
Do you
have low
understand?
self-esteem,
Hold on,
they will
Wale.
just
Hold
drag
on,
you to the
hold
ocean
on.
immediately.
First of all,
Dr. Wale.
first of
Let
all,
Dr. Wale land.
the solution to that, when somebody feels, like I said, you know very well that you are not confident in your skin anymore, the first thing you do is to seek therapy to know, okay, and then your therapist will definitely let you know that there are cosmetic procedures that you can do to alter this. Would you be willing to look at it and take a look at it? And you say yes. Then you have a consultation with somebody like Dr. D. I'm saying this because this is the process. There are process to these things. You don't just come to that conclusion without having knowledge. Then you meet a professional like Dr. Chidima. You express yourself. You talk about this, that this is what I'm facing in my life. I think I need this to feel confident in myself. And then Dr. Dimma will now say, okay, sit down. This procedure, this is what it will look like. This is the percentage of fat that I can add for you to look like this, to give you this body shape. But you need to understand that there are certain complications that might happen. But however, I've been doing this for a while. I have done this. These are the successful cases that I have had. And it's going to cost you this amount of money. And then this is your treatment. But before the procedure, after the procedure, are you diabetic? If you're diabetic, there will be issues with your
Recovery.
with your recovery. Are you anemic? If you are anemic, then we'll probably have to give you blood. There will be need for blood. Don't worry, you are in a hospital system where there is an ICU, there is an emergency. These are the things you ought to do. This is the way it ought to go. So people have to understand that there is a process, there is a due process to this. Not just that you saw video.
No, but there are exceptional
hold on,
cases of people
hold on,
that
hold
their
on.
Let me
esteem is
come
so
in
low.
Hold
now.
on.
It's just like saying you want to treat malaria. You know it's malaria. Then you just give the person paracetamol and hold on the anti-malaria. That if sometimes there's no need to gatekeep, there's no need to go around. If something can be simply solved and you've looked at it, then the doctor
You
can
know,
also
the-
play
It is
those
in
roles.
no.
Yeah,
Let me say
in
that.
my
It is in-
case,
Dr. Wale,
actually,
Let me
yes.
say it.
In
Let me
my
say
case,
this.
Dr.
Let me
Wale
say
and
this.
Dr.
It's in that express look. there are some people that in hindsight they will wish they didn't do what they did. So that is why you allow process to happen, so that if hindsight needs to happen, it can happen like sometimes somebody might also still tell them that you look beautiful, you are the most beautiful person I've ever seen. That same person that was less confident, or maybe the person
But
started,
we give more energy to negativity.
hold on, and
Yes,
maybe 6 months the person committed to a gym routine and the person's body changed, and all of a sudden people are now saying that what happened? Tell us something. What is going on? Do you understand? Then the person will now reevaluate and say, so I really didn't need that. So that is why I would always talk about due process. Understand it, follow due process, and if you want to do it, if you want to do this procedure, you are allowed to, but the first thing is therapy. Find out if you really need it. You, Dr. Dimma, can actually provide that. I don't mean therapy that it has to be.
I wanted
you
to
can
talk about
also
something.
be that person to talk to them. That is exactly, that conversation needs to happen. The due process needs to be
That's
followed.
correct.
Dr. Wale, hold on.
That's consultation for
It has
me.
to do with
Yes, that
self-esteem.
is the same thing.
I saw it and I laughed.
Consultation.
All right,
Okay,
I wanted to say something. Evolution of medicine.
Yes.
2 cases in the last 1 month. Euthanasia, one in Europe, one in Canada. Both young children, 2021, got permission to be euthanized without their parents' consent because they had mental health issues. This is where the world is going to. We are copying from them and we don't know where we're going to stop. The young man just woke up one day, could not deal with life. I think he had some accident that affected him. And he went and got approval for euthanasia before his parents found out. The parents found out the day before they took his life. You understand? We have serious mental health issues that are raised because of body shaming and, like she said. Now, we want to be able to have, like he also said, we want to be able to have a situation where we can have therapy, but then still have the option of surgery. Dr. Dimma, also in Pidgin English, I want you to explain what PE is and what your clinic does to make sure that it doesn't occur. And in the rare case that should it ever occur, this is the protocol you have established to deal with it.
Okay, so pulmonary embolism or fat embolism?
Fat embolism, sorry.
Effie.
So when it comes to fat grafting, our
In
African
Pidgin,
women,
make everybody feel understand.
Don't worry.
our African women, our body usually, many times we they get curves. We know, not be all of us get that flat nyash like that. So this SF Society, we do research for 2017. After this 1 in 3,000 alarm, they came up with guidelines. There are certain things waiting they bring out, say make we they do. And if clinics follow that, the risk of this embolism go drastically drop. So the first thing they said, no inject fat inside muscle. No matter how you want to give the person projection, stay for subcutaneous tissue. You feel get 3-dimensional awareness of the tip of your cannula. Well, this is still with experience. But stay inside fat. Put fat for fat. No go try to add too much. Then go deep.
So put tozo for tozo.
Period.
Aside that, then the size of cannula where you go they use. Some people go say, this one they give me, they help me if I they pump and the bomb go big. Use a size 4mm cannula. I don't work with different people when I go assist and all those things. They will say now 2.5. It is not in the recommendation because that size fit penetrate go somewhere. But something as big as that 4mm, it no go. It no go pierce through vessel or muscle. So it gets safety guidelines. Put fat for fat. Use 4mm cannula. Then angle them upwards. You know go they inject fat. They dig hole. They go. You go angle them upwards in such a way that if you put your hand, you will get 3-dimensional awareness of that cannula. And finally, the thing will go reduce a lot of this risk na ultrasound, which when in doubt, I no mind use them. But if na for our normal people we get body, if you get 3-dimensional awareness of that cannula, you go do the BBL safely. Na be the issue. Know the danger zones of the bomb.
But now how many people? But now how many people get that ultrasound now for inside their clinic.
Now, why
People
should
dey
they
do-
talk, say
people
regulation
dey
dey
do-
important?
Yes, people
E
dey
get
do
people wey
BBL.
suppose dey go around.
People dey
When
do
they come, they
BBL
say,
for
show
inside back of their house, barber shop. They go do am. So, and these are the issues. And we are in a country where we don't even we don't have systems that if somebody is having a fat embolism right now, you can
Immediately.
easily. Oh yes, you can call an emergency. If you call emergency now, till tomorrow they no go come here.
Now we
You
get some
understand?
clinics where they do this thing and no be even a consultant anesthesiologist / critical care expert they there.
Thank you very much. Because all of
Because
these
those
things.
things they show, especially if the person they sleep,
Yes.
those things, if something don't enter lungs, the first thing now that vital signs monitor.
That's it.
Do you understand? And to us, it was just be like, oh, if they do pim, waiting they happen. Now the role of the anesthesiologist to
understand.
make sense of it. And me, when I dey graft, I dey look that vital signs. I dey make sure that my SpO2 na 99 to 100. Because if
If you drop.
anything drops, begin they give you the range of 88. 80 something, no say something don't go somewhere. And
So wait,
There's something I
Princess
want to
Posh.
ask.
No, wait, I get question for Princess Posh.
Okay, but I
and
wanted
Queen
to follow
Latifah.
up on
Okay,
what-
follow up. No, come
You know
face
that
them.
you said that if for people that are plus size, it's easier because there's like a lot of fat. So do you advise that before somebody goes to undergo a procedure, the person should quit the gym for a little bit? Because some people are in the gym, but they are looking to do liposuction as well.
You
or
see?
BBL.
that gymming, very good. It toughens up tissues. So when people want to do surgery, we usually tell them to slow down because gymming firms you up. So even the fat extraction, with just a little bit more difficulty because gymming firms you up. And what people don't know is that gymming can worsen the hip dip. So please, something we're trying to correct.
But we have this
Just-
machine that does like this.
What is it building? Because
This is your
gymming
muscles.
builds glutes.
Yes,
Which
it builds
muscle
glutes.
they here?
Yeah.
Which muscle they here? Now your make I no go quadratus femoris.
Yes,
and
yes,
quads.
yes.
Now
Your
here
quads,
you
your
dey build.
quads.
Nothing they here.
No, there are machines that
But
do
then-
like this that works
There's
the
nothing to
inside and
build.
outside.
Doctor,
there's nothing that says
doctor, they tell you say nothing
But I
there.
want that they talk for gym. now.
Doctor, they tell you say
Actually
nothing
helps.
So
there.
you're saying that people that go
Are
to
you
the
serious?
gym, sorry.
There's
So
no
you're saying
muscle.
that people that go
There's
to
no muscle here now per se. You have insertions and beginning of different tendons and all.
Yes.
That's why there's a hip dip there many
Hey.
times. So if you go gym, they do this one. Now leg they pay me because I just finished doing leg day. Another- if you do and finish, you know they build anything. No?
Okay.
Anything you're lifting is here and glutes, which is like the back.
And the back of
That
your leg.
feminine
as
curve
well.
telling you.
is a
Oracle talk
is
this
a
thing that
scam.
day.
No.
No
now.
be by It's a scam. gym. No be
So
by
what you're
scam.
saying is, what you're saying
What-
is before BBL, quit the gym for a little bit.
Just for a little bit. It's not like you can't walk. You can walk just to.
Before I did my BBL, I went to the gym for like 2 months for this tummy, for my tummy fat to go.
And you were
It did not
expecting to
go.
see result in 2 months.
I did not see any results.
2 years.
I also think that
Usually
like we need to
consistency, 2
limit
years.
our like I when I started this conversation, I said it's our expectations. Our expectations have been designed to certain standards. So you know very well that even when you go to the gym, you would look good, but it might not be peak as. For instance, if I start working, let's say I get 4.5 abs now, right?
You know, it will come back.
It
even
will.
worse.
It might not be 6 or 8 packs like the guy I'm seeing on Instagram. Right, and that one I will now be killing myself and say, oh, I must get that extra. You see that 2-pack, I
It
will
must
die.
come,
I
yeah.
must die on that 2-pack. Do you understand? So the ability for us sometimes to embrace that in life there are certain imperfections that you can be fine with and conversant with. It's also a strength, a hidden strength that we now seem to need. We now seem to need more than ever before. That's exactly what I would.
And even in modifying it, still go for subtlety.
Yes.
Still go for natural.
Moderation.
There's no need. Beauty is balance. Beauty is harmony. Once you start overdoing anything, that's where the problem is. So for me, if you see the bodies I've done, you just look that curvy, thick. You can't see that big because I also model
booty.
myself. There's no need for it to be that. It
Voluminous,
should
yeah.
just seamlessly
Minimal,
blend.
yeah, it should
Waist
blend.
into the hips, hips into thighs. Nothing sticking off and bulging from anywhere.
Do you do tummy talk?
Yes.
So I saw a story on Instagram of a woman that had She had 3 kids or so, and then she went for a tummy tuck, and then she got pregnant again. And so she keeps, saying that the tummy is paining her, and people keep cussing her in the comment section. So what advice, or what do you have to say about that? Because people had a lot of reactions.
Yeah, so like when we talked about the breast, pregnancies can happen and unplanned, right? I'm sure that at that 3, she felt she was done.
Yeah.
And then Junior just, or anybody just entered, invaded her womb. So, well, I would say it was unplanned for her, but it is true because pregnancy stretches the it stretches the belly. And for someone that's done a tummy tuck, we've plicated muscle, we've pulled muscle together and held it down with strong sutures.
I didn't do that tummy
So
tuck. I read about it.
do you understand? There will be that discomfort for her, which is why if you're in the breeding phase or if you're in your giving birth, you can just leave it. There's no rush. When you're done with childbearing, you're sure, right? Even though some things can happen, then you can go for those tummy tucks.
So do you advise she carries her pregnancy till full time, or?
I don't think she has. Does she have? She has to carry it now.
What think she could do?
Even if she stands a risk of, I don't know.
No.
The belly no go
Discomfort.
burst now.
It will be the discomfort of expanding, stretching those muscles again. And many people don't even feel it. I've seen people that have done tummy tuck and gotten pregnant, and they're like, it's fine. The body adjusts to this thing. It will be discomfort for her, but I don't think it should lead to termination.
Dr. Dima, I'm curious.
Let us,
we have
sorry,
not
before
spoken
you go,
them.
You want
let
to-
us
That
talk
difference, I want to
about
talk about
lactation.
men. No, that difference. I want to talk about
Lactation.
men. No, that
Okay,
difference. I want to
men.
talk about
All right.
men. Yes, because the conversation just be like saying now only women they undergo this procedure. Dr. Dima, you don't shake your head. Let's go there. Let's talk about men.
There are men
and
too
those.
that do like
Yeah, Dr. Dima, talk to me.
Yes, so that we won't think it's just.
Even men
I've had
do it now.
male patients. Yes.
That did
Liposuction.
job.
No, liposuction to reduce fat,
To
to
reduce
fit better
fat.
in their shirts, and so that it will give them gym encouragement too.
Yes.
Because sometimes walking against all that fat, do you understand? By the time you've removed some of it, when they do the abs and everything, it will begin to show. Some people need that push. Some people it's because of how they fit in shirts. It's like they have this Dunlop, that tire thing. They don't like it.
Michelin.
Yes, and then for those of them that also have some breast tissue, it can be reduced. So men get these procedures as well. Men even ask for fat grafting too.
But they'll be
I do
hiding
not-
their own. They will
I do
not come out to
But
talk
I
about
think-
their own, but
and
they will be
yes,
bashing us.
No, but I
don't
think
perform
that
that.
is why I said we even for influencers we must stop being economical with the truth. If you did a tummy talk or you
Abi,
did a
they will
BBL,
not
let
come
people
out.
know. Stop medically gaslighting people that your body was natural. You got a tummy that was
Got it for
flat,
my mama.
and then you are selling slim tea and
Ibele.
waist trainers. They should arrest you.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm happy people
they
are
should
talking
arrest you
about it
because
now.
you are
But
medically
sometimes even if you talk
gaslighting
about
people.
it that
Yes.
you've
Yes.
undergone a surgery, people will be bashing you.
Exactly.
Like, why did you do it? Why did you come out to tell us?
And the same thing too with men.
That's why we hide it.
There is a regime. If and I will say this, that yes, for me personally, I feel that for some people they need the push. Then for some, you can walk through it. You can walk through that pain. You can walk through that process. Life
Some
is
are
not
doing
supposed to
it.
be easy. There are really no shortcuts anywhere.
I've
If
had
you
a
want to
patient
build
that owns a
something,
gym. Oh yeah,
Hey!
yeah.
oh,
He
and
owns a gym.
I own it doesn't mean I want
and
to. It's
He
business.
wants to rig
He wants
the
Open
election.
restaurants now.
It's
Open
business.
restaurants.
A lot of men that have done this.
He wants
They
to
will not
rig
come out to tell you.
the
They will not come out to
election.
say
He
it.
wants-
Business.
No,
Just
Dr. Dima,
women that
land.
have that
What he
confidence to
wanted
come out to
was
say
ab
it.
etching, definition of those abs, like to remove fat around it so that you will see it well.
Gym
He owns
owner.
a gym.
what me I will
Did you
say.
understand? So
So
these are the things.
issues.
These are the
So,
issues.
but what I would
These are
say,
the
yeah,
issues.
boss.
Yeah.
but what I'm still going to say here is that really, we have a mandate to always not be economical with the truth, and also
Yeah.
try as much as possible to push through, understand that life is not about shortcuts, and understand that life also transcends just, there is more depth to it.
And there should be discipline.
Yes, and there is discipline, because I can tell you one of the places where you learn discipline is in the gym, where you learn consistency and the ability to show up even when when you don't feel like it. Is in the gym. There are some things that you learn in life because of, you're able to build some certain habits because of the fact that you are able to push yourself through pain. And I strongly believe that we are gradually building a society where we are easily looking for shortcuts to some of these substances.
Cosmetic surgery is not shortcut.
No, I'm not
There's
saying
pain.
it is. I'm not saying it is. But I'm saying
You have
that,
to heal now.
there are some people that they know they don't need it. They know they can push through that pain. But because
Yes.
they know that procedure
It's available,
exists,
readily
they will do it.
yes.
And they have the money. They will do it. So that is why we are gradually building that kind of society. And I think we need to start having that conversations to see how we can be more resolute, more resilient as a people, and build better. Not that we are, and also understand that we are imperfect people living in an imperfect world. The more we can choose to embrace these things, the better it is for
But
us.
I also
And
think
then
that some
let
people
people
are also
encourage
disciplined. They do
truth.
their bodies and they
And
are
they
back
go
at
back
the
to
gym.
the gym.
In fact,
I'm a
there's
gym
this
girl,
girl in my
I've
gym.
been saying
There's a girl in my gym. If she told you she did her body, you would not agree.
And she's still in the gym.
She has
She's
been
in
in
the
the gym.
What people need to understand is that after you have done your body, it doesn't mean you should stop working out.
You
It
need
doesn't
to
mean you should become
maintain.
lazy.
Yeah.
In fact,
Gym has
when
many
you become
benefits.
lazy, that's when you
Many
will even
benefits.
build fat in the wrong places.
Exactly.
Literally. And a lot of people do not know that. And that is why education for us is the most important. And Nigerians are not one to like books and that is why
Yeah.
Even truth.
that's why
Even
the work
truth, they don't like
the
truth.
work
Once
we
you
do
say
with
the truth,
education is so
you're a
important
devil.
and it's forever continuous. We need to continue educating people, letting people know the pros, the cons, the reasons why they should do it, how to push through when they've done certain procedures, and how to push through pain. The more we do this, the more we are able to build a more resilient society.
Princess Posh and
That's
Queen
how it
Latifah,
is.
I have a direct question. In your dating experience, have you had somebody say, I prefer the natural, and when they found out that you got a procedure done, they say they are not doing again? Princess Posh.
Well, I'm not sure. But the thing is, sometimes, they wouldn't know. Then when I tell them, she just doesn't change anything.
As you are like this, somebody can look at you and not know.
No.
Yes. There are people that don't know. Yes.
I mean, when you look at South African girls, most of them
Yes.
look like this
And
now.
naturally
it's-
like
I'm
that.
telling
So
you,
it's
a lot of
not
people
even
don't
stable
even know
sometimes.
until I tell them.
There's
Yeah,
the
you're
Yoruba
not
bomb.
BBL.
South
That
Africa.
always
Exactly.
people
Yeah,
that-
it's just that me, I'm truthful,
The
but people
Yoruba
don't
bomb.
like the truth.
Yes, that has
Yeah.
that
When you
show.
lie to them, that's the
Bomb is
one
like
they
that.
like. That's the one they would hold on to. But when you are being truthful, they look at you like
They exploit the vulnerability.
So
Yes.
the thing is, what for me, when I get into a relationship, or even before getting into a relationship,
During the
don't
talking
hide.
stage.
I don't
exactly
hide.
during the talking stage, I
my
try to
surgery.
be as honest and transparent, because in fact, I do believe that maybe you potentially sponsor something else in the future. So I do throw that in. I do let you know that. Oh yes,
Well,
I mean my
okay,
current man. Currently, I've told my man that in a few months' time, babe, you're gonna pay for my titties.
Okay.
And he said, okay,
Okay. Okay. So,
because summer is coming.
but is it before or after you've had children?
Before I get my titties done,
Yes.
I'm going to get my titties done in a few months' time. I don't have kids.
Okay, I think
So
Dr.
lactation
Dima and I
is a
might have to-
conversation here.
We need to say
Lactation.
this because for
That's
women that are out there that want to do that, it's better you have your babies before you undergo
And do you know
some
something? It's really
procedure.
nice that
Implants.
you're saying this, because again, when I did consultation, because I have done consultation already, though I'm not going to get the procedure done in Nigeria, but I have done consultation with 2 surgeons here. And this was something they did not tell me. I asked the question of, would it affect in any way breastfeeding? And they said, no, that has nothing to, mind you, I want to get an implant done. They said, no, that's a different area. It does not have anything to do with your milk dot. It does not, there is, so I'm
What
just
about the
like,
logos?
Now, maybe they are speaking about technique that they would put under the muscle. But if you put that implant in the fat and it's pressing against the lobes, there will be
there will be
problem.
yes, there will be
You will
technical.
And that is
not
something they
taste.
should
The milk will
communicate,
come,
you know.
But the
there
baby will be
be
sucking with
Yes.
pressure.
And that
Do
is
you
something they
understand?
need
And
to
this is from
communicate.
people that
Yes.
have
That have had
a
it
child,
before, and they can even be
had a child
yes.
and then did an implant after.
Yes.
So I have heard
Yes.
from horses.
Yes.
Do you get? But if it is under the muscle, then just maybe.
So how about the augmentation, breast augmentation?
Is it with fat?
Yes,
or
fat.
implant?
Fat
So with
augmentation.
fat, the reason why when we are doing it, we tell them because fat is living tissue.
Okay.
So you can be feeling really good after the augmentation, and then your body, absorbs some.
The fat,
and then you'll be
yeah.
like, oh, volume has gone down.
down.
Yeah,
Or
it actually
then
went
some
down.
of those cells don't survive, and it's like you have a cyst. there,
Wait,
an
volume
oil
go down,
cyst.
the breast will
As you're
reduce.
losing weight, it's fat now.
Yes, it's fat. It's living tissue.
It doesn't
But if you
even
want the one that
survive.
will stay there, is the
Majority of it doesn't
silicone,
survive.
the implant.
But it doesn't
But
Or
because
the
last.
saline.
if you lose weight, the
It's-
size can
there's a way
change
it
again.
looks very.
And
Yeah.
once
I
again,
don't-
this is
I don't
something
really
like
understand.
we've said, surgeons need to speak more.
They need to be
about.
less. They need to be more
Yeah.
economical. They need to be less
Less
economical,
economical
with the truth,
Yes.
and more robust in their approach to
He
education.
hasn't paid me very much because I'm
And
a
that's
whole
another-
her person. Especially, I won't disabuse
That's
your
another
mind of
thing.
any delulu
Yes.
when it comes to this.
Yes.
I'm going to give you especially if there is something now that makes this procedure a bit risky or changes things for you from the usual. I will tell you everything, but most times, like I've given you my consultation to truth and that information. They want people to pamper them. They like that encouragement.
Yes.
They prefer it to them. It's like, if you don't tell me, then it means it won't happen.
Yes.
It likely won't happen.
But that is why
That's
we,
true.
as
If you don't
ethically,
tell me, it likely won't
doctors
happen.
need to proceed with the truth. This procedure that you are going to do, under our watch, it's been safe. But these are some of the documented complications that you might, you might face. So be aware of this. If it happens, this is our protocol to take care of it,
There's protocol
right?
for all
So
those
there are
things.
protocols for all of those things. However, I would say it that most of the doctors that I need to say it's not doctors, quacks. Most of the quacks that exist today and are performing these procedures are doing it because they say, is it not? Leave that thing, Jare.
That's
The people
a
that are
red
walking around
flag
with it.
response.
The moment,
a
and I
red
will say
flag
this for
response.
any surgical procedure, it doesn't even matter if it is cosmetic or not. If the doctor cannot tell you the complications that will come forth with, like after that, please run away from them. If they are economical with the truth, because
Don't
there is no
worry.
surgery.
We don't
I will
do
say
this
this:
thing.
there is no
Nothing
surgery that
dey.
will come with some level of side effect. For instance, a woman might have a BBL, and then a complication might just be the fact that she's having like fulminant infection after that. It's not as if like she could have an infection, like basically she's having like pus is coming out and all those things like that,
Abscess.
and she needs more antibiotics or you need to change the antibiotics that she's probably using. Do you understand? Some of those things can actually happen right there, and you as a doctor, if you have not told them that, you can literally have an infection after this surgery, right? They would just ignore. They will say, what is this thing though? And it's fine. They will leave it. And you know how Nigerians can be. They will leave something, and until it starts rotting, then they'll now say, this thing is not normal. You now come back, and then it gets worse. So that is why that previous education is very important, especially for Nigerians. It is really, really important. I strongly believe that Nigerians, if they are more educated about some procedures, they will not do it.
Like I said, I've had patients change what they want to do, remove some things that they want to do
Because of education.
because we have broken it down.
Absolutely.
And I've had people tell me, there's no problem. Let's go
Let's
ahead
go.
like that.
Do it.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
So
let's still
people
go
still have
ahead.
autonomy. You can't take that away from them.
Yes.
It's part of our ethos.
Oh, yes, it's very important.
You can educate from beginning to end.
It is still their
and
decision.
then people will make that decision. So when they sign for you, it now depends on you to say, we're very glad you're enthusiastic about this, but I don't do this. I do not think it's right for you. Can we refer you elsewhere? Do you want to take some time to consider doing this?
Absolutely. And I
Yeah,
would say that prioritize your health first. Know thyself. Know yourself properly. It is important for you to know, what are the hidden things that I'm dealing with? Because for instance, if you're having cardiovascular issues, if you are diabetic, if you are anemic or a sickle cell patient, this kind of procedures can be life altering. So it's really, really very important for you to understand and know that there's a chance that somebody like me, if I undergo the knife, and remember that because Mrs. A had a successful BBL, does not mean that Mrs. B happened, and it is even under the same doctor. The way it will happen for a patient why this patient, it's not going to be the same way it will happen. It is patient care is individualistic. Somebody might have little complications. The other patient might have the worst complications you've ever come across in your practice. So and it's, yes, and
So, but some people sincerely do not know, and that is where the surgeon's judgment comes in. It is when they run those tests. Some people are hearing for the first time that my sugar is in the diabetic range. I have a problem with my heart. I have this issue. They found out this.
Yeah.
It is now integrity, which is what we do. We calm you down. Some people are just for the first time realizing that they have a viral thing going on. It is when you run the test, they'll just, we found out one of your tests is positive. At that point, the body is no longer the focus. That is what working with integrity is.
Absolutely.
You keep it on one side and be like, ideally you should get registered and start your medications. We can always move this thing. We can always come back. Or for this, like I had a patient then that came from Germany, and by the time we ran an echo and ECG, we found out that she had a heart condition. The cardiologist that did the thing told me, maybe you should prepare an ICU, call the this in. So it means after we do this surgery, we are carrying her into it's not even a normal recovery anymore. We had to tell her that, oh, this is what is going on. Guess what this woman did? She was like, fuck it. If you won't do it, I'm going. She began to fight.
Yeah,
she began to fight with me. She went from fighting to now begging and pleading. I said, how many children do you have? She said 5. So what do you want me to tell them? This is what they are saying. How is the life of those children not coming up to you at this? Oh, I'll go to Enugu and go and do it. I'm like, So in the end, we just refunded her. Because at that point, we still used to process. We refunded her and just told, so that she will understand that we are standing on that business. Yes. I've also had another patient. We spent months preparing. We did everything. And this person went somewhere else. And it's really... Do you understand? So many times that truth, that autonomy, they will just stretch it. They don't want to.
It's really sad. It's really very sad.
CGE healthcare.
And you know what? I think it's very important that as a young lady, as a woman, you're growing, whether as a teenager or as an adult, intending to get your body done, you have to have something important in mind. You should do this for you. That's the number one thing. I don't care the pressure, the societal standards, the societal pressure, whatever, validation, whoever is rejecting you, whoever is accepting you, learn to accept yourself first. Choose yourself first. Come through for you. Remember that during the procedure, no matter how expert or elite the surgeon is, anything can go wrong. Because in as much as we like to say, okay, you have to choose someone who is qualified, who is an expert, who is this, who is that, anything can still go wrong. Every nobody is perfect, and every surgeon, I'm very sure that at least there must be one patient that something has happened to, not death necessarily, but a complication, 1 or 2 complications have definitely come out of one procedure or the other that a surgeon has performed. So have that in mind, that something could go wrong. So whatever you want to do, you know that you're doing this with your 2 eyes open, with your heart open, with an open mind.
And then with enough money.
Going in there,
not a job money.
It can either come out for the better or for the worse. And regardless of whatever happens, you have just you and yourself to hold accountable.
Beautiful. I think this is a very good place
to wrap it.
To wrap. Dr. Dima, if you want to
say something.
Yeah.
But then, for complications that have been researched, understood, documented, if any of those things were to happen, what do we do? Besides putting in all our protocols, everything in place, we are with you.
I have one more question.
That is the thing. We are with you.
Okay.
Like,
Can
see,
I just...
this is the treatment. This is the natural course of this thing. It will heal. It will go. Especially things like fat necrosis, which is researched, understood, documented. So even despite the grafting technique, you continue to follow up. That is one thing with us. We continue to follow up and make sure that you are fine.
So this.
Sorry to cut you. When you talk about fat embolism, that's the one that goes up
to the heart and
so
the lung.
in that case, what can you really do?
No, what you need to do that point, the
Yes.
person needs to be in ICU
ICU.
care.
And
ICU.
again, I have
and
not
it's a matter of
experienced such.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
it's a
like
matter
I've not
of
had
minutes.
such.
If the person doesn't receive care in minutes, it's gone. Literally. Like no, there's no yes or the person is dead. So that in that case,
From the table.
there must always be, for procedures like this, there must be ICU.
So
There,
sorry,
right
I
there.
want to ask, what's the effect of this facial surgery? This new
Botox or which one?
Botox.
Oh,
or-
if we were to delve into injectables
Well,
and
that would
body
be
body
another-
dysmorphia, we will not even.
We will not
live.
live here. Oh.
We will not live because
Yes.
after people do the body, and if they don't watch their weight and diet, most of those fat is repositioned to the face,
And they have to
Then
now
they
start
begin to
correcting.
stress after that
And
one.
that is
that.
Do you
yeah.
understand? So, like I said, it's a Pandora's box.
Yeah,
But
so-
is there an effect?
Of course.
This is the head,
Of
with
course.
several vessels and
Yes.
nerves. And
Even the nerve, there
everything.
is a triangle here that you must not, you must be
So
very
which is
wary
the
of.
safest? Which is the safest?
Nothing is safe.
It depends.
to be honest.
Did you
I
give
don't-
me
I
options?
I don't believe
So
that
for
anything
those
is
who are
safe.
older, it's surgical approach. For those who are still in their late 20s, 30s, and 40s, maybe the injectables, neurotoxins,
Yes,
and all
that-
those
that-
things
that
can
can be
help.
used.
But you know the thing that will help. You see that gym.
Hit it.
Okay.
Especially after you've done anything on your body.
That's
it.
where I have a problem. I
Can't
don't usually
hit
go to
it.
the gym.
I know.
And
what I would
for
say-
some people, when
yes.
people say they don't go to the gym, we should stop looking at them as
There is
lazy.
a reason for
some
it.
people have health conditions
Yes.
that they can't exert like that. But there are some things, if you were to invest in a trainer that knows what they're doing, they can give you things that will still work you out.
I would also
I
recommend.
don't shame people when they say they can't go to the gym. Some people
Yes.
really can go.
I would
Most
also
trainers are
recommend.
also
I would also
nutritionists
recommend a
as well.
nutritionist
Yes.
for
Yes.
you
Trainers
as
are
well,
nutritionists.
like to help you with a nutrition plan that will
Yes.
help to keep your
For
weight
our
in
height,
check.
there is an
yes,
ideal
so there are
body
certain
weight.
things because a lot of
If
people
you're there,
don't pay
you won't
attention
worry
to
about
that. But a
the face.
nutritionist also having a nutritional plan can really be helpful. In the end, I just strongly believe that when it comes to procedures like this, we need to understand that it's not a makeover or it's not a makeup. This is a medical, like altering type of procedure. And it's important that people that want to do it understand the risk and know that if they are going to be doing it at a discount anywhere, like so cheap, their life is the discount. And
Thank
the
you.
bargain.
Sorry, to talk one thing for pidgin. Make
Okay,
I add one
Queen
thing for
Latifah,
pidgin.
let's
I
go.
beg young girls because this not something we be say for my platform. I always they talk about plenty girls. They my DM right now. They ask me, oh, wetin make I do? My man no like my yansh. My man no like. I beg no do BBL because of man.
I swear.
Doing BBL
Thank you.
because of man
Because
no
na them go
guarantee
still
say
insult
he go
you.
stay.
He will not-
There will always be a bigger BBL. Bigger yansh go always day. When you are
Yeah,
doing a
always-
BBL,
always do.
once
For yourself.
again, do am for you. Do your correction for you. Do any procedure for you because you won't look mirror. They happy with wetin you they see because you won't feel good when you wear clothes because you won't feel good in your self-confidence. No do BBL because of Tunde, because of Dayo, because of Femi, because where
find
your
another
BBL
Because of Emeka.
starts,
Na there
where
another
your
one.
BBL ends.
Where do your BBL stop?
Where your BBL stop. Now there another person
one
own start.
Inside that yansh, another yansh dey
Another
inside.
yash dey
Okay,
inside.
I know say we don't say more they go, but Dr. Dima,
Clock
ask you.
it.
Final question. E get age when person go reach where you go advise am say make you no do BBL.
Okay, for my practice, I've seen patients where they as young as 18, but please come with a guardian or family member.
18.
Yes.
Hold that. What we are talking
Then
about
the
the
oldest for me, I've seen 65.
Waiting 65 defines.
75
Go
what?
fit
Nah.
do
Life
body.
truly-
70 years old woman
Truly begins at
do
40.
body.
65
eyes
years old,
don't
you
be
be
65.
you don't.
Waiting my
70
eyes
years
don't
old
see.
woman for
Now
Instagram
from
do BBL.
40, now most people they begin their own CC.
Reason being that at that age you are well to
Done
do,
with
you have your
children,
money,
done
you
with
have,
everything.
you have FU
They
money,
and their
you
husband
have,
now want to
yes,
tour
they
and
can do
enjoy.
anything that you
Enjoy
like.
life.
So
For
money is not
many
the problem.
Yes.
65-year-old body,
Yes.
65-year-old
Very
skin.
hot, safe.
How we go take
high
stand?
risk.
Will it be firm?
No, if the person has all those, conditions,
check.
anything they are treating, maybe even cancer, no, please, nothing. But if they are healthy, no issues, Yes, they can
a
have.
70-year-old.
So
They can
having
have
cancer
their
can
Instagram
be a
flaunting
limit.
her body
Of
with her
course.
Really?
Maybe she
Because
had it when she was
cancer will
younger.
make you
Did she have it at that
immunocompromised.
age? I'm saying that age.
They can have
Yes.
it at
And the
that
treatment for
age.
cancer makes you immunocompromised.
Yes.
So you don't want to
if
go into
they have
BBL.
something at that point, that body is not the.
serious,
It's not. It
Why? You
shouldn't be
get
like
person who
that.
get
For
cancer
if
will
they are
want to do
healthy.
Priority.
Like
There's
that's
no
why
issue.
that's why we have to say that you have to know yourself, know the limits of your body. If you're dealing with a health issue inside your engine, if the engine know they work, repair the engine first before you they do the outside.
Outside body.
That is just how it's supposed to be. Understand the risks, know the procedure, and know that BBL is not makeup. No be makeup. It is.
And
It can be a
then-
life altering.
Also, please do your own extensive
Extensive
research before even going to any surgery.
Your surgeon, no.
Not every so I swear.
Your facility, oh.
Honestly.
Ask for their license.
Yeah.
Ask them when did they start to transform.
Honestly.
Ask for models, what they've been able to do.
Let me see your results.
Let me see your theater, sir. Let me see what it looks like.
facilities do you have?
Oxygen dead.
Oxygen dead, their blood dead.
Anything sup, what's up?
Some men,
Any
some men will
emergency.
tell you, go and do. They want big yash. After you've done that big yash, they will now go for one yash wey no big, wey be say they very flat. Now still that same man.
They do am
Wait
for
tell you
us.
say
now why you
you
need to
want
do am
big
for
yash.
you? Now why you need to do
Now
your
you go
body
to
is
for
go
why-
you?
meet
You need to do your
the one
body
wey
for
get
you.
flat yash.
Now why you need to
so
do
you
am
need
for
to do
you?
your body for you,
For you,
not for any
100%
man, because
for
man
you.
go push you
At
go.
the-
Final question: Are you really doing your body for you or for your coven of witches, quote and unquote, that
for
women hang around
myself, for
with?
myself.
Because hold on, let me explain something to you. When a woman does her hair, you think that you are doing it for men. I swear to God, look at how beautiful your hair is. I love this. It's not like I don't like all these other things, but I'm not going to spend 5 million naira on this when I can have this beautiful look. So men really don't care about lashes, nails. It's not
There's
like we
some
don't
men who-
appreciate them, but if you give me the bill and I see 2 million naira there, please, let me have
Now
your
the
number.
bill be the problem that the freeze.
Apart
Yeah,
from
the
the-
bill,
because it's
you dey talk about
unnecessary.
the same thing, give me the bill.
So, you,
When
but
women wear
the
this
men wey
hair,
get the money,
is to
wey wan
impress
spend
other
am for
women.
them.
there
You
are
know
some
they-
men that
Doctor,
Yes.
listen.
And shout
That
out to the
likes
men that
lashes
come with their wives
and
that
makeup.
support to
See.
all the men that
Thank you,
support
thank
the
you,
women.
thank you very much.
Shout out
Doctor.
because we
Shout
blame
out to
them.
the
We've
men,
been
the
blaming
good
them, but
men.
no. I've had fathers bring their daughters. I've had parents come with their daughter. I've had husbands, and they are so
father left the
involved. Eh? They're so
My baby
involved,
daddy left the
bringing
group
towel,
chat.
bringing hot water, bringing everything.
They will bring Bible.
I've had brothers.
I have to pray.
I've
I have
had
to pray on this.
yes. We've had
I have to
also
pray on this
boyfriends, like those that are in a relationship.
Oh my
they
God.
come and
Those
they are
ones now
not
I feel
just.
sorry for.
They are not just.
Now they go upgrade, leave you.
They never leave you.
Husband, at least
they
you
never
pay
leave
bride
them.
price.
Strongly believe
So
that.
once you do,
So
Yeah.
shout out to them. Not all the men are.
No, of course not all
And then
them.
to the women leaving
They
their
are so-
men, their man because they've done BBL. You know, get sense.
You know go better
get
for you.
sense.
no, it go
Sense,
better
you
for
know,
you.
Anything where they find, no, see.
no,
Women,
abeg,
they out there.
How
They
you
find
leave your man after he
husband.
paid
Leave
for your
husband
BBL?
because of BBL. You be mumu.
All right,
If you
Dr.
don't
Olawale,
qualify,
any man.
I no go leave am. If
Any
you no
man.
qualify, I go leave am
I
and
no
go
go
for
leave
better.
am, oh.
I don't
I
understand.
no go
So
leave am
because you do
because,
BBL, so make I
And
stick
any
stick
man.
with
The
you.
violence was
No,
there
now
before,
that's not
but now
a
it's because
guarantee
BBL
now.
and other.
Na
allowed
BBL you do, you no
Olawale.
save my life.
Princess
Na
Posh,
BBL you do, you
Queen
know that because of
Latifah,
coverage
Dr.
for me.
Dima, thank you so much. You have given us a great show, and I'm very certain that our own pillar of support, then when they watch this show, and I don't learn something really very, very important. If you forget anything, remember the right people, the people who, according to Dr. Wale, elite skill. When I don't see Dr. Dima, see the way she they use
Elite,
passion.
elite.
They talk about what she they do. Not go do collect one, come back the next week to do the next one. God will not put us inside serious problem, so that I will not be doing justice for you. Thank you very much. A round of applause for our guests.
Oh my God.